Hello and welcome to Roll For It for a little one-shot we're doing called Hell's Kitchen. Viltorn will return as normal this time next week, but we got a few people out, so we decided to do a special, different little thing today. Let's go through the announcements, and then we're going to hand it over to our GM for today, Maggie. So we're sponsored by Roll20. That's what we're using today to play the game, and what we're usually using to play all of our games. It's a virtual tabletop that has support for pretty much every TTRPG out there. If it exists, someone's probably done the much appreciated task of creating Roll20 sheets for it that are just ready to use and have fancy buttons that just roll all the stuff for you. So you never need to do the numbers in your head. You can just press the button and it'll tell you how you do, which is very nice. You can also it's funny, I used to do the intros all the time and it's been a while, so I'm like really rusty now and I'm like
Now I do
panicking.
them
And
all
also,
the-
it's really hot here as well, I just want to say, which is perfectly thematic for what we're doing, but it's too damn hot and my brain's running slow. So, announcements, continuing with the announcements. The final episode of Fablecraft Vagner's Awakening will be going live on Tuesday, the 4th episode of our short little show, sponsored by Riftweaver, the creators of Fablecraft. Because it's pre-recorded, we've already done it. It's very cool. It was a very fun episode. I'm looking forward to everyone getting to see it. There's also some stuff happening on Patreon. It was great. It was great. Maggie was very nervous about jamming. She nailed it. It was a fantastic show. There's also stuff happening on Patreon. The NPC names post is out for this month. And also, in this past week, we had the guest character sheets for Viltorn. So our sheets for Lottie, for Morian, and for Xianchang have all been posted on the Patreon, so you can check out the weird shenanigans that were going on with them and the weird abilities that they were using to usually help us, not always. No spoilers, just in case. And there's also going to be a whole bunch of custom items by Kai Bear coming soon that we will post on Patreon as well, because he has just been churning out all sorts of cool little goodies for our characters to have fun with, which is a good time. Very cool.
I use that stopwatch a lot.
You do. Constantly. Awesome.
And Leslie, our supporter for today is Thunder Cabbage. Thank you very much for supporting today's episode. I saw Maggie going for the soundboard. Thank you very much. That is the legend that's supporting us today. That's, of course, supporting us on Patreon. Patreon is the way that we fund Roll For It and do all the cool things that we do. You can get MP3s of all of our shows there. You can get after shows we record after every show. We talk about what happens in the show. You can get character sheets. You can get enemy character sheets, other secret GM stuff, vote in polls sometimes, submit names for NPCs that will get used randomly throughout our shows. There have been many wonderful ones recently in Viltorn. And you can also, of course, support an episode every month if you're a legend. And they also get to take part in a once-monthly RPG jammed by a member of the Roll For It cast, which is currently, it's been a whole bunch of Viltorn tie-ins. The latest legend game actually had all of the characters show up and technically join the party for a while. And they were supposed to die, but we were like, we don't want them to die. We're not gonna let this happen.
You guys just couldn't roll below a 25. It was great. It was fine. Went exactly with the story.
See, we're not the baddies. We're totally the heroes.
Totally.
You can also support it. Antagonists. You can also support us by doing all the things on Twitch. You can subscribe, you can do bits, you can do tips. We appreciate them all greatly. You can also support us on YouTube. You can be a YouTube member if you prefer to do that. And you can also just support us by being here, just by showing up and watching the show. You're already helping support us because, algorithm stuff. It's the way it works. And the more buttons you press, usually the better it goes algorithm-wise. Like buttons.
Except for the down buttons.
Subscribe
None
buttons
of
and
those.
follow buttons. Just no down votes. Don't do those ones. I mean, unless it's how you feel. It's up to you, I guess.
No.
We try our best. And yeah, also, please clip when cool things happen on the stream. We love it when you make clips. You got to do them live because for some reason you can't clip sub-only VODs, even if you're a subscriber. We wish it wasn't like that, but it is how it works. So you got to do it as it happens. You can always edit them later. But we very much appreciate all the clipping that people do because, it shows us what cool moments people liked and we get to enjoy them ourselves. but yeah, thank you for showing up today for our little one shot. I'm gonna hand it over to Maggie so that the chaos can begin.
Ooh, are you guys ready?
No, let's go.
All right, let's go.
Welcome to the hottest cooking show in the 9 hells, Hell's Kitchen. I'm your host, Azaran. Let's meet our chefs. On Team Devil's side, we have Chef Iceland, who is renowned for the use of his calamitous claws and frigid ice in food preparation. He always serves his dishes with a frozen item, chilling.
And if you don't mind describing yourself or your chef, that would be lovely.
Heck yes. Iceland, I think, he's tall. He's kind of a little, kind of spiky, formed from, a demonic block of ice. Lots of protruding icicles. Weird, clacky hands. But I think he probably smells really good because ice doesn't have a smell. So I think that would be a really nice combination. Piercing blue eyes and just a very frigid demeanor about him.
Cooking alongside Chef Iceland, welcome Chef Barbados, who is bored of the plebeian hellish food available. Barbados aims to create an underworld renaissance to make cooking pleasurable again.
If you don't mind describing yourself.
Yeah, so Barbados, he's wearing like a short sleeve collared chef's cloak. He's got these tattoos that are going on his forearms up into his hand, going onto the knuckles, as well as some peeking out over the collar onto the bottom of the jaw, sticking right up over the back of the ears, with this dark purplish skin and these bearded tentacles that kind of go down towards about clavicle level, with a little ring kind of sticking out of an eyebrow.
Let's get some roll love in chat for Team Devil side. On Team Demon side, we have Chef Skritter, a specialist of demonic dishes cooked using parts of himself. How treacherous! He transforms and harvests his parts, and we love how cool he is about it.
If you don't mind describing yourself.
Skritter is a tiny quasit. He's a green, sort of reptilianish looking thing, very sort of like hunched and like weird looking. Just like he's got like single colored eyeballs, little horns, spiky ears, and he's covered in like little bumps and spikes, and has little sharp claws, and just looks like a handful to deal with.
Our final chef on Team Demon is a wild card. Welcome Chef Impala Spleen, named aptly after her favorite ingredient. She spent eons honing her craft in complete secret, using ingredients found in the abyss. She's always been too shy to let anyone try her cooking, but today she is at the whims of our merciless judges.
And if you don't mind describing yourself.
Yes, Chef Impala Spleen has a beautiful, very still head of white hair that is visibly a very different color than the patchy, grayish fur that covers her back and large, spiny wings. She kind of looks like a plucked bird combined with a bat. She's got a huge, spiky beak with multiple jagged teeth in it, but the beak stays still. So when she speaks, she just sort of holds her beak open and a voice comes out. And the only thing that really emotes on her face are her eyes, which are freakishly expressive and weirdly bright blue.
Love it.
They almost look airbrushed.
We pan to a pre-recorded scene where we have the Team Devil side together, Chef Iceland and Chef Barbados, and you both are describing why you think that you will win this. So if you don't mind each kind of having a little conversation as if like you're talking to the camera about why you think Team Devil side will win.
I mean, we're clearly the superior of the teams. It's given, it's in the bag that we're going to win. Isn't that right?
Yeah, without a doubt. I mean, the demons, what are they really going to be pulling out of a hat, you know? Got flazes on skin. I don't really see much of an issue here.
How barbaric. and not in an
Seriously.
attractive way.
Nah. It's barely even
camera's-
torture at that point.
The
What's the
camera
point?
slides over to a scene with the Team Demon side where we see Chef Skritter and Chef Impala Spleen sitting next to each other. Can you guys have a little conversation? Tell us why you think you would win.
Well, honey, I'm just very excited for people to get to try my food for the first ever time. And I've never worked with live ingredients that can actually talk back. Actually, that's not true. But this is the first time I've done that since last week. And then she turns and starts poking at his body to see what the best cuts are.
Skritter doesn't care at all about this. Devils just don't understand the passion involved in cooking. You've got to put your heart and soul and some of your body parts on the chopping block.
That's right, your literal heart and your soul will be served up. It's gonna be delicious, y'all.
And the
It is,
camera
I've tried it.
pans back to the host, and the host is kind of like standing on this pedestal with flame kind of coming up underneath them, and they say,
Who do you think will win, Team Demons or Team Devils? Get your votes in right now. We're watching you, Twitch chat. And a cooking contest would be nothing without a little judgment. Today's damnation is brought to you by some of the most renowned guests. First up, we have the well-known judge, Judge Barbara. A tough critic to crack, and she's got a clack of disappointment that will send chills down your spine.
and if you don't mind describing yourself and also saying one thing that you're looking for from the chef's dishes today.
Okay. See if I can get this hat to stay on my little poof on the top of my head. So Chef Barbed Bra is a barbed demon, or excuse me, a barbed devil. Ew, did I say demon? Ugh. A barbed devil. Bipedal, covered in barbs. A tail that's very dinosaur-esque, very prehensile, but just oodles of spikes, and it's constantly like slapping the ground, and a bit of an intimidation factor. Her nails are. Am I red? I think I'm like a brown. I want to be red. Her nails are tapping against each other. She kind of exudes this. Oh God, I know. I watch reality judging shows. Who's the mean one? Like the Simon Cowell kind of. Just constantly disappointed in anything. And Barbed Bra looks into the camera while clacking her nails. I expect that every one of these chefs will give up a portion of their life to create the most beautiful dishes. I will not expect anything less.
Well, thank you. Our next devastating judge is Judge Baylor. He once laid waste to armies and civilizations, but eventually tired of the endless destruction and sought out a more humble existence, exploring in the kitchen.
If you don't mind describing yourself and then also what you're looking for in the dishes today.
It is Judge Fern, who is a Baylor. He is a massive, hulking titan of a being. He's huge-sized. Giant, red, winged, wreathed in flame, with a horned bull's head. Sort of like slouched and brooding to try and be slightly less ridiculously large. Who says, "I tired of bringing only destruction, and now find joy in the creation of delicious meals. But your meals will have to be very well prepared to survive, or it will turn to ash in my mouth."
And who wants an ashy mouth? Not me. Next we have Judge Yasmar, former chef for the only Asmodeus. He believes he's tasted everything the world has to offer.
If you don't mind describing yourself and what you're looking for in today's dishes.
So, Chef Yasmar is around 12 feet tall, sitting in a chair with arms crossed, with an almost Vanta black suit jacket, collared shirt, and a chainmail tie with large curved back horns and scaled skin. I'm looking for something inspired. I have not been titillated by a new dish in eons, and don't make me waste my time being here, or you will be punished.
Well, we'll have plenty of punishment today. I'm excited about that part the most. Our final judge today goes by Gordon Ramsknee. He has no cooking background and murdered the original judge in his space, but we love a free-for-all action here, don't we?
If you don't mind describing yourself and what you're looking for in today's dishes.
So Gordon Ramsney is a Nalfeshni, which is sort of like a bipedal pig-looking person with 6 tusks instead of the normal 2. He has a head of blonde hair that is very obviously a wig. It is pale blonde hair on his head. The rest of his fur is black with slashings of red. He has these tiny little black feathery wings on his back. And he is wearing just a white chef's coat on top, nothing on bottom. He is Porky Pig in it. And at hearing the announcement and realizing he has already been found out for having murdered the original judge, he gets a very panicked look in his little piggy eyes and goes, that's right. I don't know who filled that out. I'm the real judge, Gordon Ramsney. I'm not a fake judge named Scrunt Bisclaw. I'm the real judge, Gordon Ramsney, ready for some good food. So let's food it up. Is this what you use this for food, right?
Yeah, whatever you want. Chefs, get ready to use your brains, some of you, guts and brawn to make tasty manifestations or prepare for the wrath of our judges' punishment. The teams must gather unique and exotic ingredients from the treacherous landscapes of the 9 hells. They will face physical obstacles, demonic creatures, and solve mental puzzles to locate the required ingredients. The contest is simple: survive, scavenge, and serve culinary perfection. Each round, our judges will award 1 to 5 flames. The more flames, the hotter the team. For every round, a winner will be selected. They will gain an edge in the next round. The lowest scoring team, however, will be punished, and we will be entertained. The team with the most flames at the end will win Hell's Kitchen and join the Wall of Flame. Infernal beings, welcome to the fiery frenzy of Phase 1, Infernal Ingredient Hunt. In this challenge, you must brave the depths of Avernus to hunt and gather the ingredients for your diabolical dishes. Beware of the treacherous terrain and vile creatures that lurk in your path. Use your hellborn wit and physical prowess to secure the finest offerings. Remember, only the most cunning and resourceful team will triumph.
Our judges can be seen in a hot air balloon watching above the course as our chefs are teleported inside of a bubble of force. Before them, they can see Avernus, a desolate wasteland with rocky terrain, sparse, twisted vegetation, concealed snake pits, caves and warrens, volcanoes and rivers of magma. The sky is starless, full of choking smoke, and glows a dark red due to the balls of flammable gas that float about or streak across the atmosphere, randomly exploding as fireballs rain from the sky. Blood trickles out of the ground in vein-like streams flowing into the river Styx. The ground begins to shake, and 3 cages are lifted from the ground, each with a group of creatures. The cages are opened, and the creatures run off into different directions of Avernus. You see the force field flicker around you, chefs, and then it drops. What do you all do?
I'm going to turn to Chef Skritter, and I'm going to say, "Now, honey, I can fly us where we need to go, but I was wondering if maybe you had something you could turn into that could get us there a little bit quicker."
I could turn into a bat, but I won't be able to carry you. But I can fly myself.
Oh, don't worry about it, honey. I'll carry you. I scoop him up, and Avernus is in the 9 hells, so I don't actually know this terrain. but I think Impala is very brave, and by brave I mean she just doesn't have fear. I don't think she's like knows she should be afraid and is facing her fears. She is too oblivious to realize that this is a terrible idea.
How are
She
you
spreads her wings.
carrying? How are you carrying them around? How are you carrying Skritter?
Well,
so that we
he's Skritter is tiny and I am large, so I'm just gonna scoop him up in some of my claws and hold him in one of my hands. And I think as I fly, I'll hold him to my chest, like he's a little teddy bear.
Okay, so you're kind of using strength to hold him.
Yes.
Roll me a strength check.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
Let's see here.
See how well flying and carrying
Probably
them
better
around
you than me.
works out.
Yes, I have a strength of 17, so hopefully this goes well. Hey,
A 6.
23.
That is not great.
Oh, a 6. Oh, never mind. I thought it
You're
was a
rolling
23.
at advantage,
I-
so you don't get advantage on this one. You
it's
can
just the first
change your
one.
sheets to not be advantage if you
I
want,
can put the gear icon.
but it's okay.
It's somewhere.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'll just take the lower number.
yeah, it's just the first number.
Yeah.
All right. You think you're going to carry them off into Vernus to go forth. What about Chef Iceland and Barbados? What are you guys doing?
So, I don't fly.
Neither do I. But we do have a home field advantage, so I believe if we charge forth and find the biggest beastie first, we'll be fine.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm tough. Let's do this. I think we're
Let's
just
do
gonna like walk confidently. Like back straight. It's very, very like it's a very good walk.
Okay, so you're not
I want
going
to-
quickly. You're just walking at a confident pace. Go for it,
Mhm.
Kyra.
How close were the cages to us when the beasties were released?
Ooh, they were about 90 feet away.
Can I like run up to the cage and try to like sniff out the best smelling of them?
Yeah. So give me kind of a strength or athletics, which would be strength, to see how quickly you run up to the cage. Are the folks who are flying, are you trying to get there quickly? Impala?
Yeah. Yeah, I was
Okay.
hoping to scoop and then soar.
Scoop and soar. All right. You also give me, I think for you, because you're flying, that's more dexterous, but you can choose if you're using strength or dex for trying to get there quickly.
Can I try and use Dex? Because strength was not working.
Yeah, so that'd be more
Impala-
acrobatics.
Okay. All right. I don't think I have an ability to click acrobatics. I'm just gonna click Dex.
Yep, that's
and-
what.
Yeah.
All right. But here's the thing. You are going to get there quicker, Barbados. Just a smidge quicker than Impala. Impala, that will happen, but only if you decide to drop Skritter. If you decide to hold Skritter, it will take you even longer.
I did tell you I can
Oh.
become a bat.
Oh, that's true, honey. I was enjoying the physical closeness because I'll tell you what, cooking is a lonely art when you're just by yourself and all you have for company is your ingredients, and they usually just beg for mercy. So, it's nice to have somebody around who actually wants to be cooked. But that said, I'll go ahead and drop you, honey, and I'll drop it.
Okay, wah! And then as I'm falling, turn into a bat.
All right. Barbados, how do you get there quick? Like, what does it look like as you get there, and what do you do when you get there?
Oh, there's nothing special. It is pick up the glaive and just charge. I don't
Alright.
got wings. I can't teleport. I'm nothing
you pick
special.
you charge, and you arrive there. You see 3 cages. Sorry, I'm trying to fix your things.
I
so
already
it
took care of
rolls.
it.
Oh, you did it. Okay, perfect.
I just go, there's no way for me to differentiate what was in what beyond smell, so I just want to take a big whiff. What's around
Yeah,
me.
that to me is going to probably be wisdom, unless you have like a sense that you have or something.
Nope. That's just straight wisdom.
Oh,
2, I'm not wise.
You sniff around, and what do you smell? Because it's not what was in the cages.
Probably like an acidic kind of tang that's in the air that I'm just like, what is this? And then I turn and it's just like caged beasts, they left a little bit behind, and I'm just a little distracted by that.
All right. And following closely behind, we see. Sorry, I'm trying to fix your sheet right now. You keep changing it. You can see Chef Barbatus kind of like sniffing around. It doesn't seem like they've found anything from what you can tell, Chef Impala. But as you arrive there, what are you doing?
I think I would be trying to, from my high vantage point, look for the things that were in the cages, or see if I can see evidence of like where these things might be kept.
Yeah, that will be a perception check. Which, if you don't have that as a skill, you will just have to roll wisdom.
All right, that's what I will do. Let's see. It's a 17.
Nice. With the 17, you can see, because you're flying above. You can look out. You can see that to the left there are these what look like fiery kind of winged creatures with large noses and pointy ears and tails and limbs, kind of floating together in a cloud of like smoke off to the left. In the center, you see this group of like, they're kind of like sloshing on the ground with their arms in the air, and they look like piles of goop. You don't really know what that is. It looks weird. And then to the right, you can see a group of like hound-like dogs that you can see like the insides are kind of like flaming, and they look like they're undead, and they're kind of roaming in a pack together, ooh, howling in the distance.
I'd like to say telepathically, because I have 120 feet of telepathy, to Chef Scritter. I'll say, Chef Scritter, don't look now, but I think I done found them ingredients. Check it out. I was thinking maybe we could get a sampling of each. I think the goo creatures might be good for seasoning or as a nice beverage on the side. What are y'all thinking? I mean, looks like the dogs are already flambeing themselves, so it's like they're just leading us right to water.
Is it a two-way telepathic connection?
I don't know.
Probably
maybe?
not. I also
don't
have that
think
ability.
So if
and I would like
you-
to
you-
listen in on you.
Yeah, if you can't telepathically talk back, Bentham, then you can't. But you can hear Chef Impala saying that to you.
I was about to say that I like yell something back from a distance, but I'm a bat. I don't do anything. You hear like bat noises. and I'm flying to catch up with you.
I guess that I will say, okay, honey, that's fine. We don't have to talk right now. How about you're real small, so which are larger, GM? The dogs, or which is I guess the easiest would be the easiest for a tiny creature to collect? The dogs, the goop, or I forget what the first creatures were. The spiky,
Ooh.
spiny creatures.
Roll me a wisdom to know kind of what, or an intelligence. I would allow wisdom or intelligence for knowing which would be the best, or how
I'm
to
gonna use wisdom.
Okay.
I think Impala runs on wisdom more than intelligence.
Impala's run on wisdom.
That's a 14.
Ooh, a 14. I think with that, you realize that you're not sure which one would be the best for a tiny creature to combat, but you think that none of them are something you would like to solo. None of these creatures are something that should be fought by themselves.
Okay, then I will say, never mind. We won't split up. Just follow me. Fly in my downdraft. I don't know the aviation terms. Just follow me into the slipstream, the air. Just be in the air. There we go.
This little bat is just like flap, 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 trying to keep up with
Which
you.
direction are you going, Impala?
I'm gonna go in the order that I saw them, so I'm gonna go for the spiny ones first.
Okay, so the ones that kind of have like flamey looking wings that are in like a smoke cloud together.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. All right, you head to the left. Chef Barbatus, you are sniffing around as Iceland, you arrive, and you can see this. You haven't found a scent of something, but you both can see Impala and Skritter fly off to the left.
I do apologize. The excrement has overloaded my olfactory senses. It's hard to get past.
How dreadful. On the upswing, I have some telepathy where I have heard the other chefs talking about the direction of these spiked beasts. Flamed wings, you know, the usual. I think
Well, that is
perhaps we
wonderful.
should follow at a distance and take what isn't ours.
Yes, let them have the fun of attacking, and then we reap the benefits.
Mm-hmm.
I like it.
Are
I
you
like
guys
swing
going to
my
stealth?
glaive
Oh, go ahead.
over my back, and it's basically like a giant elongated chef's knife with like a large chef like knife blade at the end with just a long pole.
Nice.
Let's do this.
Yeah, we're gonna stealth
Awesome.
it. I don't think I
Are
even
you
looked at
guys
my
going to stealth,
stats.
or are you just confidently following them?
We can try stealth.
All right, roll me
I'm
stealth.
surely try.
We got an 11 from Kai.
It's not great.
Not great. Hey, it depends on their perception. So, although as we've seen, Impala has quite the wisdom. 16. All right, so we got 11 and 16. Skritter and Spleen, can you both roll me a wisdom or a perception if you have that as a skill?
I do not have perception, so I will roll wisdom.
Yep, same wisdom.
Natural 1. For a 2.
Let's go. I mean, oh, sorry.
19.
19.
Oh.
All right. As you're flying towards these strange flamey creatures, you notice something in the distance, Skritter. And Impala, you can also see clearly that, or no, Impala, you don't see anything. You're oblivious. You're like, yay, we're going on a trip. Skritter, you can
Go get to
see that
cook.
there's the other group. They're following you all. The devils are creeping behind you.
I think I come up alongside. I fly up in front of Impala and like face back and like nod and like screech in the direction that we're being followed from.
I screech back, confused, and just stare at him with my big expressive eyes.
Can I try to get? Can I try to telepathically talk to Skritter?
Do you have telepathy?
I do.
Then
120
yes,
feet.
you can.
Great.
As long as you're within range. What's
If you
your
say
telepathy
anything
range?
to your friend about seeing us, I'll be serving bat wings to the judges.
Ooh, that's an intimidation.
Can I? Can I try?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. What shall I?
So for me, I
Roll
think
in
this
re-
is going
in
to be the
return.
intimidation is first going to come from Barbados,
Mhm.
which is charisma based. And Chef Skritter, you are going to do kind of like a wisdom save. So that's like
Okay.
when you mentally save from this. $16.
Okay.
You got to beat a 16.
I got an 11. You see
Yeah,
it?
you hear this
And then-
threaten.
And the bat just turns around and is going to continue along towards the creatures.
Nice. I love that. You continue on towards the creature, but Impala, you're going to arrive there first. Impala, you can see, I don't know how close you want to get. If you want to let me know how close you do want to get, that would be helpful.
How big are the creatures?
They are small sized. They're like small, but there's a group of them. There's like 4.
All right. Impala's going in for a strafing run. She's like all the way in. Her goal is to fly because she's large. So she's like 12 feet tall and has like a massive wingspan. So she's coming in fully expecting to grab one of these small creatures, scoop it up, maybe drop it from great height, or just carry it away. Maybe go back for a few more strafes. But yeah,
You can
as
see
far
that
as
they're
Impala's
flying
concerned.
creatures. So
Okay, she's still
dropping
gonna
them
snatch it out
would
of the air.
would not do much for them. Like, it's not
Right.
going to fall to the
She'll
ground.
break their neck or something in midair. She'll grab one and and then throw it over her shoulder and go back in for more. That's her plan.
All right, I'm gonna need initiative from anybody who's getting into combat here. And it's the
Believe
little
we're
where your
waiting
armor
for a
class
moment.
is. There's a little init dice thing.
Oh yeah, there it is.
It's tiny, so
Hidden.
it is tiny.
Twinsies. 15.
Twinsies. Who has the highest dex between you two?
I
a
have
+2.
17 decks.
His is higher.
So okay, so we've got in order then. And then I will roll. I'm gonna roll these guys as a group. Oh, they rolled bad. All right. So, we've got Fern gets to go, or not Fern. Ooh. Skritter gets to go first.
Okay, I've got the sheet up for bats. I do a melee weapon attack +0, and the and the damage is 1d1.
Oh wow.
Oh no. I mean, yeah, that's. I signed up for this. So
You did sign up for this. You
We're
could
gonna do
transform
that. I
back.
guess-
too, you know.
Aren't your
Well, they're
statistics
flying,
the
right?
same in each form though?
They are flying, yes.
Each one that you aren't your statistics the same in each form? That's what it says on.
I think my.
He polymorphs.
Oh, it just says that.
Yeah, yeah,
Looking at the shape changer, it says the statistics are the same in each form. That was why I thought I'd throw it out there.
The
you might
statistics are the
still
same
be
in
able
each
to
form
use
except for the speed change noted. Oh, I guess so. Maybe it's just. But I
Yes,
think that's
you use
my
your base
like.
sheet here.
Does that mean I get to use my claw
You
attack?
use your closet sheet.
It literally says claw brackets bite in beast form. I missed that. Okay, I do use this.
Yeah.
That makes it easier and does way more damage. Let's try that.
Yeah.
I rolled a 6.
A 6 does not hit these, but you do swipe in there, and it feels like they're like quick to dodge past you. And then next up is Impala.
Impala is gonna come in and she's going in for her multi attack. So she's going in beak first, and then she's coming in with the talons. So she's gonna she's she's so long and spindly, except for a small little beer gut. She's going to pull in all of her limbs to form like a spear, and pull in her wings and just try and fly through and try and spear one. Here is the beak. Let's see here. Here is. Yep, there's the beak. It's a 25 to hit.
That hits.
Okay, and then it does. How do I roll damage for the beak?
You click the word beak, and it should in the dice chat box, and it will roll for you.
Okay. It just says attack.
Oh.
I don't know
weird.
if it's.
Let
I don't know
me
if it's
go to your
automatically rolling the
sheet.
damage.
Oh, if you click the word attack, like I just did damage on your
Oh
weapon by
yeah,
accident.
hit the word attack. Sorry, not beak. Attack.
Oh, I'm hitting attack, but it's not.
Why
it's
is
still
it
not,
working
it's
for
only
me?
highlighted.
From like the
I
Weird.
don't
chat,
know.
the chat part, right? Not your character sheet.
Yeah, the chat in the chat box.
Oh, the chat part. Yep. Here.
Yeah. In the roll.
Hey,
box.
there we
you
go.
13.
All
Ooh,
right.
that's nice. Yeah. With the 13, tell us what this looks like as you don't kill it, but it looks pretty messed up.
You hear like the air raid siren sound as I'm like beating towards this thing as just a beanpole, like a lance, and I slash through it, goring it, I guess, pretty severely. And then I think
Yeah.
I'll flip around. If it's still up, then I'll go in for some talons and try and snatch it out of the air and just break its neck.
Nice. Do you have multi-attack? You
Yes,
do.
I have
Go
two
for it,
attacks,
yeah.
one with the beak and one with the talons. A 15 to hit.
A 15 hits.
All right, and that is going to be 14 slashing damage.
Tell us how you destroy this fiery winged creature.
After slashing it with my beak, I do a quick somersault, spread my wings to arrest my momentum, and then with a kick, fly back in, all my claws bared, and slash up, grab the thing, and just give it a little, like you do with a chicken or a human, just a little break the neck, throw it over the shoulder, and say, "That's one down, sugar."
I love it. One down, sugar. And we see, I'm curious, Chef Iceland and Chef Barbatus, what are you doing as you're watching this?
I feel we're looking at each other and telepathically discussing what we're going to be prepping with what's going on and having like a tactical thought of,
Ooh, go for it. Describe that to us.
if we are going to be doing that, do we even need the bats or do we only need to go after the other two?
I do believe that the eyeballs of those bats is just
Ooh.
simply squeeze it on top and it's brilliant.
Roll me
That would be the
wisdoms
only
for both
thing.
of you. You think these creatures are bats, so
Yes.
I would like to see if you actually know what they are. Nat 20
nat
over
20.
there. Yes. Chef Iceland thinks these are 100% bats. Chef Barbatus, upon further inspection of these, you realize these are magma mephits. They are not bats.
So I do believe that the eyes of these mephits are not going to be the same as the bats that you're hoping for. These are magma mephits, more elemental than anything. Could be used for, the searing of the meat, if we need anything.
That could be excellent. I
I'd
do
add a
miss
bit
the
of a
squishy
kick.
eyeballs, but I could do without.
They have eyeballs, but it's like a rougher, it's like a crunch.
Not as citrusy.
We
Yeah,
could
so
grate
they
the
would go,
corneas over the meat, and that could cause a little bit of like a crunch upon biting, but might be too much. We should get it anyway.
Pan back
realize.
over to
Very close there.
Skritter, frantically trying to catch up with one of these mephits, now that we know what they are. Your turn.
I mean, we've got one, right? Do we need any more?
Well, that's up to you guys.
I'm happy to. I say at least 2. First one's experimentation. Second one, you get it right. 3 is even better if you can get them.
All right, I'm gonna go for another one then with my tiny form and its tiny damage capability.
Well, you're using your regular sheet, remember.
Still, I'm always tiny. 17.
17 hits.
It does 11 damage, 6 piercing, 5 poison. Probably not. That'll be fine.
I forgot to take my turn. Sorry, I got distracted.
Oh.
Yeah, we'll say this happens though. And then the magma mephits kind of start forming into like what looks like a V shape, as one of their companions is down. That the other two kind of surround the other one, and they all start like bellowing, and the one in the front spews out a bunch of fire, and both of you need to make dex saves.
Right.
Quick point of
Okay.
clarification: is the injured one that they have on the ground, is it being held by Impala?
I believe Impala picked it up, like broke its neck and put it over its shoulder, right?
Gotcha.
Yeah, I have it over my shoulder.
Cool.
I can't. Oh, I can roll a dex save.
You
Excellent.
should, yeah.
16.
All right, both of you save, so you're going to take
Oh, I just rolled
damage.
Wait, how do you do it as a save?
If you don't have it on your sheet, then you just hit dex. Yeah, you don't
There
have
should be
it,
a section
so you
for
don't get
save-
it back.
oh, never mind.
You don't have an extra
okay.
bonus. You just
I
have the
get
base.
12.
So there's going to be 3 of these. So you'll take half damage from that. Both of you will.
17, 24. I'm also resistant to fire damage.
You will
So
take
would that
12.
be quartered then?
So you will take half of the 12. So you'll take
Okay,
6.
so 6. All
Yeah.
right.
So
You take 12 damage.
these are 3 separate hits hitting me, right?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. So I'm down for 1.
Okay. Awesome.
I am a tiny thing.
Yep.
Actually, oh no, the first one. Okay, the first one will do a lot of damage. The second one will knock me out of my bat form, and then the third one will injure my normal form. I think.
Correct. Yes.
So I'm not down, but I am no longer a bat, and I am presumably in midair.
All right. With that, but you still stand your ground because you saved. And with that, now it's your turn. So you took one action. Do you have a second action?
Can we jump into the initiative now? It's the technically the end of the round, right? Because the bats or the methods went last.
Yeah, if you're interested in popping in, you guys can join at any point. Just roll your initiative, and if that's now,
Okay.
let's go for it.
Yeah.
16. So let's we'll put
16.
you in the front, Iceland.
I like to imagine we were like hanging out behind like a dead tree. I'm not super. Avernus isn't like a very populated landscape.
Yeah, right now it's really rocky, sparse terrain with like twisted. So like there might be like a twisted vegetation that you're like hiding behind. Yeah.
Perfect.
And so 13. So that will be, you will go after everybody else.
Oh, I also have fire resistance. I didn't realize. I'm still in my bat form with 1 HP.
All right. Still in bat form with 1 HP, and it is your turn again. You did do 1 attack already on the one. You did 11 damage. Do you get a second attack, or is that you only have 1?
I only get 1 attack.
All right. Next up, it is going to be Iceland as you join the battle.
Yeah. On what side though? I would like to steal the injured. It was like you didn't kill it, right? Spleen
Nope.
or Impala. Okay.
Oh.
Broke its neck.
Well, one is killed. The one that Impala killed
I
is
killed
killed.
Super killed.
And then there's
the
one that I have injured.
Skritter has damaged one, and it's still flying. But
Okay.
it got
Yeah.
very angry, and it breathed
I wanna
breathed fire.
scoop it. Oh, beautiful. Yeah, I want to run over, use my movement speed to like run up to it, and I just want to like scoop it and run away. I have multi attacks, but I'm not quite attacking.
No, if you're gonna grab it, that will be like a grapple, so it's a strength check.
Heck yeah.
Or if you have athletics, that will give you a
no.
bonus.
Strength. I'm all ice muscle.
Go.
It sizzles as I touch the little
Yeah,
Impala.
so
or
it's
no.
gonna try to scare me out of it, but I don't think it's gonna do very well. No,
I was about to say,
you,
if this
you
method
snag it.
was a nat 20.
Yeah, you
Haha,
snag it.
method.
You have a hold of it. Are you trying to take it somewhere? Well, you use your movement to run up to it, then you grab the hold of it, right?
Yep.
All right, Skritter. Skritter, it's your turn. Again.
Okay. So have they grabbed hold of the one that I was attacking?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm gonna go for a different one then.
Arms.
15.
Yep, that hits. Are you going for the other one? Okay.
Yeah, the other one. 7 damage.
All right. 7 damage. Then we've got Impala.
Impala is going same strategy. She is gonna go for a beak attack first. So let's see.
Are you going? Which one are you going
Oops.
for?
I rolled the wrong thing. I'm going for the one that was just injured. So I'm gonna try and take that
Well,
one down, and then
The one injured by Skritter? There's been 2 that've been injured.
yes. So the first one, correct me if I'm wrong. The first one that Skritter injured just got stolen by Iceland.
I'm still
And
there.
then
I'm just like
there's
cradling
one-
it in my arms.
Stolen.
Right. And then there's another one that he just injured for 7
Yes.
damage. Okay,
Yep.
I'm going for that one.
Okay, cool.
As I'm flying by, though, just like Luigi in Mario Kart, I will give with one of my birdie eyes a very disapproving look towards Chef Iceland as I go for my attack.
Nice. I love it. Might have to take this off.
That is a 7, well, natural 1, so it automatically misses, I guess.
Ooh.
Oh.
Yeah. What does it look like when you are trying to attack this creature that your companion's next to now?
I I got 2 into the death stare towards Chef Iceland, and as I was speeding by, I turned my head, which completely threw off all of my aerodynamicness, and I spun out of control and just fluttered through the air past the method. Just what? Good heaven's sakes!
Yeah, and I think like you fall or you kind of like hit yourself on. I think the failure in this, the natty one here, is that your beak gets stuck in one of these twisted, like vegetation tree looking things that are on the ground.
All right. So am I able to pull myself out of that, or am I stuck?
You will have to use your action next turn to try to get yourself out of it.
Okay, can I use my second attack to cut it up? Because I can't. I assume I can't reach the methods. I have 2 attacks. I have my
I'll allow
claw
it.
still,
Let's
and
go
I've only
for
used
it.
1.
Yeah, let's see how it does.
Okay. Let's attack with the talons.
Yeah, you have your beak stuck in there and you're trying to like use your talons to get out. Oh yeah, 15.
Yeah.
You're able to get yourself out of that. Your
It's
beak is now
21
free
slashing damage.
as you
Uh,
scrape the crap out of this like twisted viney piece of vegetation, and your beak is now free. And next up it is going to be Barbados.
So I'm actually going to just run up to Iceland as they're holding the mephit, take out the glaive, and multi-attack.
All right.
Right.
Can you like multi-attack in a way that like you cut up the pieces into like, you know, you separate the
Fillets.
legs, you separate
Oh,
the
yeah.
wings.
I would like to butcher the mephit appropriately.
We'll see. If you nat 20, I will allow it. Otherwise, it just gets cut up.
So I get 2
All right.
attacks.
18 does hit.
9.
And
That's
9
slashing on the
is
first one.
still alive, but barely. Like, you can tell it's barely living.
22.
It's, oh my god.
13.
Yeah, is dead.
The amnesia.
Explain to us what happens, but it's not going to be perfectly filleted, but you do get it. It is killed.
I mean, Iceland's holding it up like Simba, so I just run up, spin around, the glaive takes the head off, I grab the body, and they say, and now we move. And then we're off to the next thing.
As soon as my turn is
Alright.
up, I'm running.
And it is the Mephit's turn. So this one is Deterino. The one that is with Skitter and Impala is going to. Oh, actually, as you kill that one because you are near it, a death birth occurs, and you
I was
both need to
wondering.
do a DC 11 Dexterity save.
So can we like capture some of the death burst if we save? Did we say dex save?
It explodes in a burst of lava. Ugh. Oh no.
Oh my god,
Gotcha,
I'm actually
gotcha.
rolling well.
perfect for seasoning.
All right. You will take 9 damage, 9 fire damage, not Bard, Iceland, and I believe Barbados you will take half.
Is it fire damage?
Yes,
It
I'm
is okay,
immune.
so I'll do half of that as well.
yeah, half. Then you take half of the half, so like 2
I'm
damage.
fully immune to fire.
Oh, then you are good.
What?
Then don't matter to you.
Is that? How do you know if you're fully immune? It's an immunity, not a resistance, right?
Yeah, damage immunities.
Yeah.
I'm also immune. What?
Devils, baby!
What? We are so cool. Oh
We
my gosh.
live in
It, like,
fire!
You take no
splashes us.
damage. It splashes you. Yeah.
You merely
just
adopted the
listen.
fire. I was born in it.
Nothing
I'm immune
happens.
to
I guess.
poison.
Then the method that is near the other two, it is going to summon another method.
Oh.
And it is going to. That method is going to claw you. I don't think an 8 hits, though. What's your
Oh.
ACs?
13.
My AC is higher than an 8. It's 15.
Yeah, 15. So you're good. It does
I
nothing.
love the
and then
idea. I love the idea of, I don't want to attack you. I'm going to summon my cousin, and they're going to attack you.
Yeah, and then another one turns around and it's going to try to claw you as well. For an 18, I do
That-
think
that-
it hits.
That hits whoever it's going for.
Yeah, it's going to go for you, Skritter.
Okay,
Oh,
so
no.
the good news is I'm resistant to fire and to slashing. The bad news is I was on 1 HP in my bat form, so I do return to my Quasit form.
Okay.
I don't know if the damage rolls over or not. I forget how that works with like polymorph normally.
Yeah, we'll go into your other form.
Okay, in that case, I guess Do you round up or round down when you're halving
We
damage?
can round down.
Oh, okay. Then I take
One
one as a
damage.
bat, and then one
Yeah.
as me. I'm on 6, and I'm presumably begin falling.
Yeah.
I am a very,
wow.
very tiny demon.
How far
Oh
up in the
my.
air are you?
I don't know how high up were these methods.
30 feet.
I guess that's how high up I am then.
All right, roll 3d6.
I might just die.
Can I try and catch him as he falls? Because I'm on the ground, right?
It's
I
not your
fell out
turn.
of the ground. Got it. Oh, okay.
But on your turn, you can maybe.
I'm
10.
down. I take 10.
Maybe
You
that's your
fall to the
reaction.
ground.
I mean, I'm just happy it didn't outright kill me because that was on the table.
Yeah. Now it is Iceland's turn.
Do any of us have any healing whatsoever?
It's not really our MO.
Fair.
It's
You
just
can
kind
do
of
like
skills
I
for
will
suffering.
allow like a medical check, like wisdom, to stabilize somebody.
Okay.
I dig it.
And we have medics on
Um,
staff of the show, of course.
Of course.
Of course.
Naturally.
Yeah.
I'm
The
gonna
safety team in hell is just on top of it.
You can see them
We're
off in
all
the corner. They're being pretty
certified.
lazy.
Okay, yeah, Iceland, now covered and glistening in the exploded magma of the Mephit. He's just gonna run. Like, Barbados and I have been talking telepathically, here and there, and we have a plan. So yeah, gonna lock eyes, nod, and then run.
Right. Which direction are you running? Back to where the force field was, or that's where you need to go to complete this phase? Or are you running to
Yeah.
another creature?
We want one more creature.
Okay.
We're
So you're running-
professionals at this.
You're running east towards.
Yeah.
Are you going to get the closest one, which would be the one in the middle, or are you going for the other creatures that were on the far right?
Do
So
have a
the goopy
question.
creatures were running in the middle.
Do we have any
Then-
ingredients back at the kitchen, or is this all we get?
You have more stuff going on in the next phase. This is like
Okay.
this phase is like your protein phase. Like you got to catch your hunt. You know.
Oh.
Yeah, we're still gonna go for one more.
Yeah.
Going towards the goo.
Going towards the goo. You're running there. All right. Roll me in athletics. So that'd be strength to see how quickly, or
So-
dexterity, one or the other, for how quickly
I
you're gonna get
am
there.
a buff boy, so we're gonna strength that run. 25, natural 20.
Oh, natty 20. All right. Then it
Buff
is
boy
going to be
gets buffer
Skritter's
as you
turn.
run.
Skritter, death save for me. Roll a
Okay.
d20.
I guess, yeah, just D20.
Mm-hmm.
3.
Fail. One fail. We'll mark one fail for death.
Critter Jr.
Okay.
is just as good a chef, right?
Next up, we've got Impala.
Impala is, I think, going to. So, would I guess. What I would love to do is scoop up Skritter and fly after the others, but I don't. Skritter seems unusually heavy for such a tiny creature, so I may have to. Can I drag him?
You can certainly try.
You
I'm
could
just
also
looking for
try
some-
and stabilize me.
Yes, you could also try to
Yeah.
stabilize them.
I'm gonna roll a wisdom check for Impala to see if
Yeah.
he thinks of that.
Yeah.
I
wisdom
need
would be
them?
your
That's a 6.
yeah. You have to the DC is a 10 to stabilize.
Yeah, that was to decide whether I was going to try,
Oh,
and I got
okay.
a 6.
Okay.
I don't, because Impala is right now very upset because she was having a good old time. She took out one. She was like, "Yeah, things are going well," and then she completely beefed it on the next one, and some of their kills were stolen,
Mm.
and she's very upset by that. I guess one of them was still. Oh no, it's dead. So she. Can she just pick up his tiny limp form? She's like a 12-foot tall thing, and he's like a tiny little dude, isn't he?
Yeah, you can certainly try to pick him up, but if you're going to carry him and fly, we'll see how that goes for you.
Okay, fine. Then I'm gonna leave him. I'm gonna fly after, and I believe that my flying speed is faster than Chef Iceland's running speed. I have a 60-foot fly speed. So would I be able to overtake him and make a little attack?
Ooh. You can definitely attack him right now if you're for Barbados. Iceland is far away from you, but you could definitely attack Barbados. Barbados is like right next to you. You're fighting near the same creature.
Okay, then I guess I'll go after Barbados.
Yeah, go for it.
I will. I don't want to. This is less about harming him. I want to cut off part of his beard. And
Called shot.
so I would like to go in with beak and talons and see how much of this beard I can take.
All right.
Here's beak. 16.
All right. Does that hit you, Barbados?
My armor class is a
13.
not that high.
Yeah, you hit.
Okay. Then I'm gonna roll damage. That's 12 piercing damage. As I'm like coming in with, do I get any beard off in that one, or do I just slice into it?
Are your attacks magical
Considered
or not magical?
Magical?
Yeah.
That I don't know. It doesn't say one way or another.
It would say if you're
so-
magical.
Okay, well, I don't think they would be considered magical then.
Okay.
Because it doesn't say. So I guess 6?
Yeah, so it would be resisted.
Yeah. All right, so that would be
You have
6
silver
from
teeth.
that one.
Do you have like a silver
Nope.
little
Beak.
Oh, okay.
He's got a beak.
Only silver hair, sadly.
I gave you an out. I'm just gonna say.
Yeah, no, only Impala does not have anything of silver except for her hair. I'm gonna go in with the talons though and see if I can hack some of this beard off. It's a 23 to hit with the talons,
That definitely hits. Yeah.
and another 13 slashing damage. So depending on whether you round up or down, I guess that's either 12 or 13 damage in total. Would that be enough to get a little bit of beard?
I'd say so. What do you think, Barbados?
Oh, for sure.
All right. Then I would like to, because you have like long, because your beard is not like
Tendrils
hair.
that come down to my
It's-
clavicle. It's like goes
Yeah,
here.
exactly.
Yeah.
I'd like to take one tendril, as basically as much beard as I can get, but at least one tendril entirely to use as seasoning and part of the ingredients. I'd like to just take that tendril, and then I'd like to use the rest of my movement to fly over and pick up my little boy, Skitter. Or Skritter rather, Chef Skritter, and take to the skies.
You won't be able to pick them up because that's another action, but you can get over to them.
Oh, would it? Okay, I was hoping it would be an object in direction. All right, well, I'll get over and then look down at him and consider if he dies, which parts of him I'll cook first.
Fair.
I mean,
fair.
It's what he
Two
would
more
have
death
wanted.
saves like that, and it is an object interaction. So
Yeah. As soon as he does die, then yeah, it's a little different. Next up, we've got Barbados.
I crack a smile and run after Iceland.
All right, you book it. Roll me an athletics or acrobatics. How quickly you're going.
22.
22. Woo! You don't quite catch up because Iceland is fast.
Iceland is
Fast.
10 feet per round faster than me constantly.
Yeah. And
You're at a jog and I'm sprinting. Like, what are we doing next?
as you run that direction, is there anything you want to do other than run, or are you just dashing? Like using your move.
You
and
said
your
that there
dash?
was the mephits, the goo, and the undead like fire dogs.
Mhm.
I'm gonna telepathically go to Iceland and be. Do you get the goo? I get the dog, or are we going together for the goo?
We have to be economical with our time, and this is only the first round, so I think we should only do the goo.
Got it. I follow in suit.
All right. You dash for the goo. Both of you are dashing. The Mephit's turn. Well, what's left of them? The one is going to, I think, as you leave its space, attack with a claw. Probably not hit. Ooh, does hit. Barbatus, does a 22 hit you?
Yes, it does.
That is, I think you're immune to it though, right? 5 slashing would be half.
Reduced.
Yeah. But you just don't take the fire damage. And then the other Mephit that is free, and the other one, they're both going to go after you, Impala. For a 7 and a 15. Do either of those hit?
7 does not. 15. Whoops, sorry, I accidentally clicked on my sheet. 7 does not. 15 does.
All right, 3 slashing and 3 fire.
Alrighty.
You are resistant.
Oh,
to fire.
I'm resistant. Yeah, I'm resistant to fire and
So-
slashing from non-magical
so you take
attacks.
2 damage.
Alrighty.
Where are you at, damage-wise?
I've taken 8 points of damage in total.
All right. Then it is Iceland's turn. As you book it, Iceland, you dash, you make it straight to these strange creatures.
Okay.
They're like goopy. They look like flesh toned. As you're getting a closer look, they like have like goopy arms, but like it's not like human arms or like arms that you're
Okay.
used to. And the face is all like melted looking, and it does have teeth inside its goopiness.
I mean, those teeth would go well with a lot of things.
Basically, tortilla chips.
Ew. I don't like goopy things. We need it. I'm gonna attack it. Yeah, if I can. I don't know if we probably do. We want initiative?
We're
Take
in
my-
yeah right now.
Oh, we
so
still are in that
you're-
order. Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
We're good.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and attack it. I have a multi-attack.
It is going to. Yeah, you go first because it didn't know you were attacking.
So I make a multi-attack, bite, claw, and tail. So we'll start with, I'm gonna take a bite out of it. We're gonna sample it. How's a 29 for a sample?
Oh yeah, that hits.
Let's see. 14 piercing means 7 cold.
You
Maybe I
are
can,
so strong.
It is dead. The goop is dead. Explain to us what it looks like as you murder the goop. You
It's
bite
almost
on
like-
it. Gross.
Yeah. I mean, I'm cooking it, so.
Shake it.
I just I go I kind of slow down for my steady jog, and as I see the goops, I jog up to it and just lean in for a good healthy bite. And because I'm also like this cold devil, ice devil, the ice kind of pours from my mouth and it starts to freeze, kind of like when you watch like a bubble freeze for the first time as it goes outside. But it's very much it's only frozen on the outside. The inside is still gelatinous, and like if you shook it, the inside goo would still shake, but not the outside. It's frozen.
Delicious goo. Yeah, the goop kind of leaks out from your mouth. It's around you, but it is dead. You can easily scoop this stuff up and put it somewhere. There are some others. They're like so slow. You can see them around. They're like now they're like kind of all of their faces are turned towards you, but they're really slow. So
Are there any in range? Because like with I have 2 more attacks technically.
Why not?
yeah, go for it. You have 2 more attacks. Go for it. You can see them. They're just like now their attention is drawn to you now that you've attacked their companion though. Before they didn't
little
seem to
buddy.
care about you.
All right. Well, I have confirmed that they taste pretty okay. Let's see if I can claw them. The 25
Yep.
and 11 slashing, 10 cold, 21 damage.
You murder another one of them.
This one kind of like gets sliced in half with one of my claws. And where my claws touched is where it freezes, and the rest just, if they're already kind of beige when they die, I don't feel like they go beiger. And then in a violent rage, I'm going to keep attacking anything else near me for a 17 with my tail.
That hits.
Oh my word.
I know
These
you're
poor
cute.
little goopy babies.
Oh, it's also dead.
This one gets flattened with my tail. It's kind of goes splat. A little bit of it kind of goes everywhere. But the essence of this one little guy I got, and that's my turn. I'm gonna scoop him up and wait.
Yeah, you won't be able to scoop them up this turn, but
Okay.
you do murder all 3 of these goops that can barely move very fast.
Can
It
you just
is
say
going-
that I caught up at the splat and I just get hit with the goo?
Oh yeah, totally. Skritter, it is your turn.
Okay, we'll roll death
Death save.
save.
Oof.
One to life.
That's a save.
14.
1 to life, yeah. Next, we've got
There's
Impala.
still hope.
You're right next to
Impala.
Skritter.
Yes, Impala is. So would I be able to pick him up and also use a medicine check, or would it be like a medicine check is basically a full turn of us just being here?
I'll allow you to do the medicine check and then pick him up and take him.
Okay, then I would like to, and if this additional thing that I would like to do is not okay, then let me know. But what I would like to do is pick him up, and look at the remaining methods and say, y'all just a bunch of weak weenies. You're just dropping like flies, like literal flies. And you know who told me that? Those 2 over there. And I'll point at the my 2 competitors, who are down the way, and they say, "That's where I'm heading. If y'all want to come, I can get you all some revenge." And then I'd like to scoop up my boy and take to the skies and fly over
Okay.
there.
Medicine check is going to be the wisdom check.
Okay.
You need a 10 or above to stabilize.
Okay. Come on, Impala. No.
Nope. But you do get to pick them up. If you want to fly with them, that's going to be, athletics or acrobatics, dex or strength.
Okay. My strength is actually higher than my dex, so we'll do strength.
Ooh,
Natural
yeah,
20.
no problem. The next thing here is, I think with that nat 20, I'm going to give you advantage on your charisma check here.
Okay.
Because you're trying to convince them, persuade them
yes.
to come get revenge with me. Unless you have something
Yes,
else
I-
that allows you to do that.
No, I definitely need that advantage though, because I have a -1 to charisma and no skill proficiencies whatsoever. So, all right. Gonna roll this one with advantage. Come on, Impala.
I don't think they are convinced. Let's see, though. Let's see. I think I'm going to roll their
that-
int to see how
Is
smart
that
they are.
3 natural ones?
Let's see if they can. Oh!
9. They rolled a 9.
Beat it
so
by 1.
beat it by 1.
Oh no.
An 8 to a 9. I think
Oh,
that
no.
they look at you
They
and a
also
couple
nat
of
one
them.
as their second die.
A couple of them. Actually, there's 2 of them, right? Let me do one more roll for the other one. One of them doesn't agrees with you and starts kind of going off, and the other one's like kind of shouting at the other one,
Everyone
trying
in
to
this
convince it to come
interaction,
back.
nat 1. I just need that to be clear. Is everyone nat 1
Yep.
this?
But we'll see what happens on their actual turns.
0 and
so-
2 -1s. I have never seen that series of rolls.
Yeah.
That's beautiful.
Impala, you go flying off with your companion.
-1.
The Mephits are going to try to, the other one's going to try to convince the other one. Let's see. And the other one? Okay. One of them is going to follow you and go on revenge. The other one is not. It goes and burrows down in the ground, and it looks just like a molten mound as it stays still, so no one can see it anymore. If you look back, you're like, oh, it just kind of blends in with the rest of the mounds of molten. And the other one flies, kind of following you closely behind Impala. And the goops are all dead. So, Iceland, it is your turn.
My turn?
Well, I believe we should return.
Barbatus. Yes, you're right. You go.
I was wondering,
Sorry.
I thought maybe they should have had a turn
Yeah.
before me.
Fine.
It's because I had to insert you in there, so it's
Yeah, true.
I missed
I'm
it.
off to the side in a little scratch note.
Aw.
Like I've always.
That's actually what it looks like, though. It's a little scratched on the side.
Oh yeah. I'm just psychic. It's fine. Seeing this carnage in front of me, Barbados is just. Is anyone courting you? Because if not, that is a shame.
Me? Oh no. I mean, winners maybe.
Duly noted. Anyway, shall I
Yeah.
collect the goo?
Yes, please. There's so much. I'll take the frozen stuff.
All right,
Yes.
Barbados, you are able to collect the goop pretty easily. You collect it up. Are you going to then start heading back to the force field, or where are you guys going?
I think that's the plan.
Force field.
Yeah.
Okay, so you
Got everything we
you scoop it up and you begin heading that way. Now it's Iceland's turn.
Okay, yeah, at which point I'll grab any dropped icicles, any dropped icy bits, you know? That's the really good stuff, and I will follow back to that force field.
And you have the other. Oh no, who has?
I have,
Barbados has the other Mephit too, right?
he has
Iceland
the
was the one
head.
holding the Mephit when it died.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
You have the head, I thought. I don't know if we decapitated that.
So you have parts. You both have parts of it.
Yeah,
Alright.
You have the head, I have the torso.
got
Because
it.
you Simba. No, you Simba held it.
I Simba held it, so that's why I'm like, I probably have if there's a torso.
I have the head, you have the torso. Sorry, mutilating bodies get so complicated.
So complicated.
You come back with parts of the bodies and head back towards. Are you going slowly, or are you guys going quickly, or?
Do we
Think we-
see the giant flaming demon coming at us with a small battalion of Mephits?
You see Impala looking. Are you out for vengeance, Impala? Is that what's happening here?
Yeah. Well, I really.
What do they
wanted
see
to
as you're
catch-
flying towards them? And there is a Mephit
Yeah.
flying behind you.
Impala's furious. I feel like Skritter was the first friend that she made possibly ever, and he is currently dying in her arms.
Oh my
And
goodness.
as much as she loves that, she's also very upset by it. And so she's trying to lead a swarm of Mephits to come. Also, I'm just calling my shot. She wants some of that ice. So she's coming to try and get some ice shavings as
Okay.
well. She got a tendril. She
Some
just
gooey
needs some
ice shavings.
Yeah.
Mm.
Ugh. It's
I mean, that
lard,
does
she's
frozen
absolutely-
lard.
Yeah,
You will
Flight of the
move fast.
Valkyries, all of that, or Flight of the Valkyries, all like the plague, and she's just like, "Ah!" Her blue eyes flaming.
Yeah.
I love this. Here is my dish with hints of my enemies.
Flying. You can see them. Yeah, totally, Iceland. You can see them coming your way.
And my friends.
Normally, I love to keep it cool, walk smooth, you know, nice and chill. But now it's a hurried pace.
All
Still
right.
trying to look cool though.
Yeah. The two of you dash. You run towards the force field. Roll me your strength or dex for how quickly you're
Thank goodness,
going to the
Come on,
force field.
muscles. Don't fail me. Getting tired.
It's not a -1.
Yeah.
All right. I would like one from you as well, Barbados. 'Cause I know you
You
were
got it.
rushing off. 19. All right.
19.
And it is going
What
to
is
be
happening? I've never
Skritter's
rolled this
turn.
well in roll 20.
Skritter, death save. Don't do a natty one.
Oh boy.
Come on, baby. Come on, sugar. Come on.
That one I die!
Oh!
Oh my
Nat
god.
one.
I
Is that-
straight up fucking die! Hell yeah!
Impala, you see a flicker in your arms as what you're holding slowly turns to ashes.
I scoop up some of the ashes and put it in a pouch for later as tears fill my eyes.
Skritter,
And I
as you die, what is like one memory that comes to your mind as you like you go to the gates of hell?
Okay. It's probably gonna be like one of the first times he ever cooked. It's gonna be like, which is actually, yeah, I know. Okay, yeah, he was like probably like the first time he cooked ever was just like he found some like random thing like a frog, and he just like speared it with a stick, and then he like before just eating it raw, held it over like a lava river for like a minute to see what would happen, and then he ate it, and it tasted incredible, and that's when he knew he wanted to cook.
Oh, I love that. That's the memory that slowly they fade off from. And Impala, it dissipates in your hands. And I'm sorry, you were saying something, Jeremy.
I let out a horrified, enraged, and also deeply joyful shriek, because the suffering does please me on a deep level. But it, and redouble my efforts to try and get to my opponents.
Yeah, you try to rush forward, and it is your turn, Impala.
All right. I would like to go for Iceland. I would like to take a swing at Iceland and see, forget the goo shavings. I'm going to see if I can shave off one of those spines on the ice devil back.
Do you have a ranged attack? Because Iceland is way ahead of you. Because they like last round already started moving. It's going to take you a bit to catch up.
Is there a numerical value that or is it just like general wibbly wobbly?
If you can
sort of
hit them with, if you have a ranged attack within 60 to 90 feet.
I don't have any. My ranged attacks are all AoE stuff. It would not. There's nothing that could. I just know that I outspeed them. I fly faster than they run.
Oh, that's
So
true.
that
What's your fly speed?
My fly speed is 60 feet.
Yeah, I'm only 40.
Yeah, you can catch up to them actually if you fly up to them. Yeah.
Yeah, I'd like to just same thing, pull in all the limbs and try and shear off a bit of ice on the back.
Okay, let's see if you can hit my AC.
Yeah. Try to
Let's see.
shear off a little ice.
Alrighty. We're gonna get some shavings in this. Some ice shavings here. All right, let's see. Come on. Oh my goodness! The rolls have abandoned me. A 9.
Not even close.
I have 2 attacks. Can I go
for
in
it.
with
Yeah,
my
you
talons?
take another one.
All right, this is my talon attack. Come on now. 24. There we go.
I think
Yeah.
that hits.
Yeah.
Okay, and that's 11 slashing damage.
I
take
take half
slashing?
from slashing.
All right.
So I guess that's 5.
5?
Do I get a little bit? Do I get a little bit of ice? Do we get some crushed ice off the back?
Yeah. You get like, it's like one of the uglier icicles. It's not like a perfect like spike on my bod, but yeah.
Hey, that matters. Presentation in your dish, you know?
Right?
Yeah.
It's not like perfectly clear. It's a little opaque, a little foggy. But it's a part of me, and you took it. It fell off.
Note that you got like a little chunk of the ice. And then it is
Alright.
going to be Barbados' turn. Are you running? You can see the finish line right there. All you need to do is get to it.
My only worry is, you have all the stuff.
Like all this.
You have some of the stuff though, because you
There's
have
some of the stuff.
you have the head, and then you have some of the goop, most of the goop.
I have most of the goop too. Okay, I'm just gonna run and fuck it, I'm just going for it. Yeah, going for the finish line.
What does it look like as you run to the finish line and you are the first across?
I sprint up to it and then stop calmly right before, spin around my glaive, stab it in the ground, and just casually walk in.
Nice. The shield around you kind of sparkles from that, what it was like blue before, and now it like turns to like this flaming red, and you see flames around you as like you hear the crowd kind of screaming and people like clapping in the distance.
So I
A
very
round
much,
of applause.
as I walk in, I go, "Oh, thank you," and I go to twirl my favorite tendril that I realize has been cut off by my enemy. As I go to
Yeah.
just the natural body movements of just the curl, and it's
Twirl
just
the
not
beard,
there.
and the beard is gone. Next up, we've got the Mephit who is chasing, and it is going to attack Chef Iceland. Sorry, I was going for the judge. You guys all have your names in different spots, so it's confusing.
Yeah. I think
Some put the
only-
judges first, and some put the. I was like, oh.
Devils are judges first, or demons are chefs first.
Yeah.
Iceland, let's see. It's going to try to attack you. Ooh, did it not go? Okay. 16?
I don't think that will hit. Nope.
All right. It goes to claw with its little claw shoe, but nothing happens. The Mephit angrily makes a pouting noise, and you hear like little bits of flame coming off of it as it is very angry. And then it is going to be Iceland's turn. You can see the finish line. Barbados is already there.
I mean,
You got someone hot on your trail.
Yeah. So like I have clearly been like the superior contestant. I'm strong, I'm good looking, I'm amazing at everything I do, but Iceland has to have a flaw. So I think it's this unyielding rage at somebody touching his icicles. So I'm gonna turn to Chef Impala. You're like still hovering above me, right?
Oh yeah.
I want to attack you.
Bring it on. Bring it on, sugar. I didn't
I
come here to
guess.
make friends. I came here to make food.
Let's see. Oops, that's not the button I
Come here
wanted.
to make friends. I came here to make food.
Can we get
I
that on a
love it.
shirt, please?
So,
Ooh.
27 hit. That'll hit.
Yeah, I hope you survive. I mean, I don't, but I. 13 piercing, 10 cold.
I think I resist both of those.
Really cold.
So what is that? 6 and 5?
Yep.
Yeah.
5.
Okay, so that's 11 then.
Okay. So I go to take a bite out of you. How do you taste? Do you taste better than the goo I just consumed last? Like,
A 13 does not hit. Oh, was it a 13? Oh, sorry.
It was
oh
a
no,
27.
I was just asking, how do you taste? Because I took a bite. So like
Oh,
we
how do I
talking
taste?
like, because you're an interesting demon. I need like
Yeah.
one note. Give me like one flavor.
Yes. Very, I think very stringy texture, kind of gamey. Chef Impala eats everything, so very weird, very diet, and none of it's good.
Yeah, okay. So I'm just gonna wipe my tongue a little bit and then go right back with a claw attack for another 25 to hit.
Yep.
Probably. 11 slashing, 7 cold, take half of that.
So that's 8.
Okay. I'm just like yelling, screaming, I will be the winner! Just a lot of traditional devil rage. Oh my god, why am I? Oh yeah, 23 to hit will probably hit.
Yep.
So we're doing some bludgeoning now. We're doing some bashing with
okay.
the tail.
That's
7
another
bludgeoning,
7.
8. Okay. And then I'll scream one more time. And I guess I have movement. I might proc opportunity attack, but I don't care. I'm gonna stomp through that force field.
Okay. You get an attack of opportunity, Spleen.
Yes. Paula Spleen is absolutely going for that opportunity attack. She's
Riot.
gonna, seeing like pieces of her just torn off to be devoured by Chef Iceland, she's like, I hope you choke on it, honey. I'm high in saturated fats. And then I'm gonna come in for a talon attack as he walks away. Let's see, that's a 12. Come on, one of my talons is gone. It's like it's just like a little stump. It's
A
like
claw comes at you with 16. Does that hit?
Nope.
And the Mephit is also making noises. It's like bloop, 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 bloop. You don't know what it's saying, but it's also making sassy comments as it kind of swipes at you but misses. And you just like, it's like, when there's flames behind you or something, like there's like attacks happening behind you and you just strut across the finish line. Flames come bursting out from the force field as the two of you are the first team to make it across the line. Team Devils. and you just see like this big thing in the sky that's like Team Devils.
Yes.
Impala, what do you do?
Impala, in just an absolute insensate rage, is going to turn on the Mephit and start attacking the Mephit now. And if well, we'll see what happens with this Mephit first. I hope I can actually buy some good rolls here. It's an 8, so couldn't buy that one.
Nope.
I try with 1 with the beak. The talon's 15.
That hits.
Okay. That is going to be 12 slashing. Is that enough to maybe briefly disable the Mephit so that I can grab it across?
Oh yeah, you
the
can
finish
grab
line?
it.
Okay, I'd like to grab it and just fly across the finish line, still screeching.
Ooh, it's still alive. Yeah. And
Yeah.
you're screeching. Okay,
Yeah.
give me a strength, and I'll see if it can get out of your hand.
All
It's
right.
not very strong, so.
Come on, Paula. Oh my god.
It had a 1. It rolled a 1. So you get it. You take it and you grab it, and it's kind of fighting in your arms, but it's also like not very strong, and it's dying as like this magma's like leaking off of it, and you make it across the finish line. And you see like this thing that comes across the screen that's like, or up in the sky that says like Team Demons, and everything kind of comes to a halt as you see the host up on this pedestal, flames all around them, looking down at the chefs who are sitting in their throne-like chairs, and they're just like,
It's time for judgment, judges. How many flames do you give them? First up, Team Demon.
and judges, you get to give 1 to 5 flames per team. So we will go through the judges one at a time. Judge Bardbra, give us your thoughts and how many flames you would give them for this first challenge of getting their protein.
Yes, well, this hat. I'm rather fond of violence, and I love when pieces of each other have been taken and used and swapped and exchanged because, well, that's the true essence of food, is when you have to suffer for it. And I think those demons suffered pretty well. They acquired a lot of parts that did not belong to them, and I think that's admirable. But their technique was lacking. Like, she'll slap her tail. I think that I will assign Team Demon 3 flames.
All right. Then the camera pans to Fern.
One cannot deny the destructive power demonstrated by Team Devil. Team Demon did not do so well in gathering components from the monsters described, but what they did do was gather ingredients from every single contestant, their own and the other teams. For that, I will give them 4 stars, or flames.
The camera pans over to Yasmar.
The anger shown by Impala is to be admired, but the loss of her ally does take it down a bit. Although they were creative in the ingredients they did gather, I will give them 2.5 flames.
Then the camera pans to Gordon Ramsknee, where like the camera was supposed to be for who was supposed to actually be there, because it was like measured for that height, but then it has to like adjust to meet this new form.
It's just his chest, and it's just like in like a couple of tusks at the bottom of his jaw comes up. Well, I as a cooking expert, I think that cooking with ingredients is good. Team Demon didn't get what they were supposed to, but they got what they wanted, and as a demon, I kind of support that. So I'm gonna go 4. It would have been 5 if they'd have gotten some of that goop.
the flames on the wall next to Team Demon, or on the sky, in the sky next to Team Demon. I keep saying wall. In the sky next to the words Team Demon kind of start filling up. You see 3, 4, 2.5, and then 4 in the sky.
Now it's time to figure out how Team Devil did.
And this camera pan backs to Barbara.
Devil indeed. Now, this team, I truly believe, acquired everything that they were looking for. They only truly had to set out and grab one protein, but not only did they steal their protein, as was admirable, but they also acquired another one. I think that is simply scrumptious. However, the loss of their extremities, I think, deserves a deduction. I will give Team Devil 4 flames.
The camera pans to Fern.
Team Devil acted with efficiency and power. They gathered 2 out of the 3 possible ingredients they could have, and a single member of their team dispatching the entire group of 1 in spectacular fashion is not to be ignored. They did have their faults, so I will give them 4.5 flames.
The camera pans to Yasmar.
It very much seemed that Iceland was the main focus and the reason for the success in most scenarios. The bearded one allowed themselves to lose a tendril to a demon, and that cannot go unanswered. They will be reduced to flame. Iceland killed all the goo, and the bearded devil did nothing. Another half. I will give them a 3.5 for the distraction that happened amongst the bearded one.
We see the one half from Fern filling up with the other half flame from Yasmar's, and it fills up. And the camera pans to Gordon Ramsay.
So, first off, the fact that they immediately resorted to treachery, a big fan. Big fan. They just followed them and stole what they were doing. I'm all about that. But here's my thing. Oh, well, before we even get to that, then they just killed all the goop. And that was spectacular. Like, I was drooling. I got so excited. But here's the thing. There were multiple pieces of their bodies taken from them. And even though most of them crossed the finish line first, not all of them actually crossed the finish line until Chef Impala's spleen came after. And so for that, I feel like I'm gonna have to take off a flame. So I'm gonna give them 4 flames.
We see the final fill up as it was at 12 and 13, really close with the demons and devils, and the final scoring takes Team Devil to 16.
And there we have it, our winners for round 1. Team Devils. With that, they will get an advantage in the next round. Judges, we will start with Barbara. Who gets the advantage, and what are you going to give them?
Oh, well, as everybody seems to have stated, I think there were a lot of admirable parts that Team Devil has done, and Iceland is simply terrifying, which is excellent, but I think the advantage should be allotted to Chef Barbatus. Barbatus. I will give you... This is like where I realize I don't watch a lot of cooking shows.
We give them like an advantage that they can use in the future, in a future role. You can give them a luck.
Okay, so like D&D advantages, narrative
D&D,
advantages.
yeah.
Okay.
Could be either. Whatever one.
You deserve an advantage. Oh, can I like give somebody like a buff to their AC?
Yeah. Anything goes.
Oh, hell yeah.
Ooh.
you will receive one of what's my, I got barbed wires. Maybe I have like a, you receive one of my golden barbs. This attached to your hair, or your beard perhaps, will improve your outer armor shell. So it will be difficult to be injured, at least for a little bit.
All right, increase your AC.
And like the
Barbados.
numbers are up to GM, like 1 or 2.
Yeah, we'll go with 2. Why not? Give it a good
Alright.
advantage. 2 extra AC. And then
Just takes it and puts it where the
And-
tendril is cut off.
My favorite part, the punishment. How shall Team Demons be punished?
the camera pans to Fern.
Oh, I'm choosing a punishment.
Mm-hmm.
Ah. Okay. Chef Impala Spleen allowed his brother to fall in battle, or her brother to fall in battle. This is warranting great punishment, for which I shall, I guess, like, give disadvantage or something like that?
Yeah. You can say that. On what in
Those-
particular?
Okay. For this grave mistake, you will be punished by the blunting of your blade. You will have disadvantage on the next time you perform any form of slashing against living being or food.
Ooh.
Ooh. And
Sorry.
just like that,
Oh, it's all good.
you all see the flames around you kind of just like envelop, and you are kind of standing in like the middle of what looks like just hot fire as the camera pans back to the host.
Ah, the Inferno Kitchen Showdown Phase 2 of our tantalizing contest. Here, the vile pollution of Minoris will boil your culinary skills to perfection. You'll race against time to tackle devilish tasks, such as cleaving your monstrous ingredients, conjuring infernal sauces, and infusing delectable flavors into your creations. Harness your malicious might and unleash your creativity to impress our panel of merciless judges.
Our chefs teleport into an extravagant kitchen set in Minoris, an endless bog of vile pollution, decaying bodies, and rotten marsh, repeatedly drenched by rain, sleet, and hailstorms, making the perfect kind of sauce base. The soggy, bone-strewn, disease-ridden swampland makes movement very difficult, and is only broken occasionally by serpentine ridges of volcanic rock, which can be used to heat up food. Nameless creatures, even the devils fear, inhabit the swamp, but make for useful spices. There's a broad but low-vaulted cavern connected to this. Oily water percolates through the roof of the cave and rains down upon the swamp. Deserts of mud and oozing black soil, pockmarked by bubbling fumarolus and mud geysers. An infernal clock appears floating in the sky, and a countdown begins. You can see that there are 3 tasks laid out for you. One that is cleaving the creations. You can actually see all the stuff that you guys got, like the little mephit pieces, the lemur pieces that are like the scoopy bits. You can see that there's in one spot like a place to kind of chop up your protein. Then there's another space with a big pot that you can create your sauce in. And there are a few different spices available to you, but you heard what the host said.
Mm-hmm.
One extra thing is noted here. Standing next to Chef Impala is no longer Skritter in Skritter's form, but now a zombie. You now have a zombie form. You should be able to see the sheet in Team Demons
What?
group. You are now a zombie.
Ah,
So Impala, you are not alone on your team. You do have a teammate, but it is a zombie.
Is it like a zombie of a human?
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Oh no!
That's amazing.
It's real dumb, but it's there.
I love it.
It's like, you know.
Oh, honey, you're dripping everywhere. I love it. I'd like to catch some of the zombie drippings.
Oh yeah, you can catch some of the zombie drippings. So
this is like our meat
like bin
prep
juice.
phase.
yeah, this is meat prep phase and sauce prep phase. So yeah, I guess we'll start with one of the teams. Who wants to go first?
Okay. Do we
went
get
first
to
last
like?
time to the Devils?
What was that?
We went first last time, so do the Devils want to go first?
Yeah, sure, we can do that.
Do we get like a moment to talk about how we want to prep these things?
Yeah, you
or,
can
like-
totally. You can use
Okay.
this part to talk about it. Sure, go for it.
See, originally, before they were like slime people, I thought it was like super goo. I thought it was like a slime cube. So I thought we could do like a
reduction.
like a goo reduction sauce. But now that it's like a slimy meat,
Mm-hmm.
what if we probably want to like really crisp it up to get rid of the slime to like firm it?
Ooh, it would like when you cook sugar and how it kind of like turns into like something solid.
How do you feel about doing like a smash burger version of that, where since we're smashing it down, it's going to burn off all of that extra?
Yeah.
Okay.
What
The
about the thing that has a name that I can't remember?
The method?
The fire thing, the magma. Yeah.
I was thinking we use that for like the spice, like the method kick,
Ooh. Okay.
so we can strip that.
I'm also because so these are two proteins, so I'm really thinking like if we've got a smash burger, we can like I don't know cooking words. We can turn it into like we can dehydrate it to make like a bacon or like a ham or like a thing
Okay.
that
So a lemur
adds-
smash burger with method bacon.
yes.
Boom. Here for it.
All right. The camera
Okay.
pans over to the other group as they're describing what they're going to make, and we see Impala and Zombie.
All right, sugar. So, have you ever worked in a kitchen before? I just realized I don't speak zombie. Okay, you know what? I got my own utensils. Here, I'm gonna take. I have like a bunch of like bones that have been sharpened into blades, and I'd like to tie them to the zombie's hands and face, and then come around behind the zombie, and say, "Oh my goodness. Well, I don't make salads, so we're not gonna do that. I'm thinking we need something with a lot of butter. You know what we should do? We should make waffles.
Mhm.
We can use the lava as syrup, and like chicken and waffles, except we don't have no chicken, so we're gonna use whatever meat items we get, to add waffles, and we'll serve as the chicken, and then we will, we're gonna spice everything. We're just gonna season and spice everything with some of these ashes from my dearly departed buddy here, and we'll have a nice little drink on the side with ice from the devil. So I think. Oh, and it could even have. You know how they sometimes put like little plants in drinks? Maybe we could put the little beard tendril in there, just as a little garnish for the drink. What do you think, zombie? You know what? You are so supportive. Can I just hold you for a moment? Would that be okay if I just held on to you for a moment? I'm having a rough day. Okay, thank you. I just hold the zombie tenderly for a moment.
Oh.
As we see the two of them hugging, the camera pans over to the chopping station for the first group, which is the Devils. Who are you splitting up? Are you having one person doing the meat preparation and another person doing the sauce preparation, or how are you guys doing that?
That's a good question.
Are you both
I'm
working
really
together on
good.
both pieces?
At everything.
Hmm.
I can slice, I can smash, I can ice.
Waifu
Believe it-
material.
I'm trying to think. The spices that are available were like the random creatures that are around. Right.
Mhm. Creatures,
going-
flora, and fauna. Yeah.
You seem to be very capable at murder and that sort of thing. So why don't you leave me to prepare the meats, and you can go and gather the spices for that.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So,
You can also you can use your ice to like maybe freeze dry the mephit to get that dehydration.
Oh, no, that's really good.
Yeah.
Mostly just freeze things that are alive and put that on the plate, but that sounds really good.
There we go.
all right, Barbados, then you are going to try to prepare the meat. You're making like a burger and some kind of like bacon-esque type of thing. So you need to kind of fillet the meat and make patties and stuff like that. So what do you think your skill would be here? I'm thinking like dex and strength or something of that side.
The strength would be from Dex, definitely for cutting into the bacon strips. The strength for mincing and turning the lemur meat into like a ground type.
Okay, yeah, that's what I was thinking too. So let's see how those go. How those roll. Roll for it.
Strength 20.
Hey.
Woohoo.
Dex 13.
Okay, describe to us what happens as the camera pans in on Barbados, Chef Barbados preparing the meat.
Yeah, reaches into his chef's jacket and pulls out 2 knives and just ching ching takes out a 3rd knife that he hooks onto one of his bearded tendrils as he starts chomping away at the meat. And then every now and then one piece will like come up into the air, then a tendril will whip around and it'll dice it even further. As then he picks up this a large rock nearby, or some kind of probably has like a metal press of some kind that he would heat up to sterilize it, because we have just been walking around, and then presses everything down into a nice thin patty that cooks a little bit faster. But as he is cutting through the mephit strips, there seems to be like pieces of like cartilage just not up that he's not able to perfectly get just right into like some pieces are a little bit thinner, some have like a thicker section. So it's not the perfect mephit bacon, but the texture might be slightly off.
Awesome. We see this preparation occurring and it is quite a sight. It looks pretty amazing. Meanwhile, Iceland, you are looking for spices. When you start looking around, you see just one creature. It is a large creature that kind of looks almost like a minotaur almost. It has like these long, large horns, like the nose of a pig. It has big, spiky beard horns, and its body is like flesh but covered in like little mats of fur around it. And its arms are almost like as long as its body, and it has kind of hoof-like legs, and it has a little tail with spikes on it, and it's carrying around a cleaver, and it's just kind of like moseying around around the area of this gorgeous kitchen, and it's just kind of like making sounds and kind of dragging its sword on the ground and making like a scrape, and once in a while you see like one of the geysers bubble up nearby it.
Okay. I don't have a lot of tact, so I will, stop, point. You there! I require the horn upon your head.
It looks out to you and is kind of confused, but it says,
Come get it.
Initiative?
indeed.
You wanted to send the results, but no. Oh, 12. Didn't want me to send the results of this.
Oh, it says that to me, but I saw yours.
Oh.
So it has
Okay.
11 and you have 12.
All right. I mean, I'm a man of routine, So we're gonna bite, claw, and tail whip.
All right.
Watch, this is when all my rolls are gonna be disappointing. Just kidding, they're still great.
The bite hits.
Stomp for 21.
I won't tell you what happens, but it doesn't look like it is taking much damage.
Okay. Probably tastes a little earthy.
And that does not hit your claw.
Oh no. Okay, we're gonna swing my tail around for not a hit.
Yeah, you smack it, and
Ooh.
nothing happens. As it just
That's fine.
stands there, and it looks like you were really trying to beat it up, but nothing. It doesn't look like what you did anything, and it looks at you. It grins. You can see its kind of spiky teeth come through as its like big horns underneath kind of move a little bit, and it says,
You thought that would work?
and we'll pan over to the other group as we see Impala kind of in the kitchen. You've got a zombie next to you. Are you planning to prepare this meat yourself, or do you want the zombie to do it? Or are you guys gonna both do that and then both work on the sauces together? Yeah.
Okay, so I think Impala does not get strong chef vibes from this zombie. And so while she's happy to have the zombie help, she feels the need to take the lead, to shoulder the burden here. I have an additional question. One of the
Yeah.
methods that I took was alive when I took it. Is that method still alive?
Yeah. It's tied up. It's got like they've put like little ties around it, so it's like laying there and it's kind of shaking. But the dead one that you
Okay.
have is also there as well.
Okay, I'm going to go over to that method very quickly and say, now look here, Sugar. We are in deep, okay? We are in the trenches. And things are only going to get worse from here on out. I already lost my cooking partner, and that was why I was so upset before. I'm willing to cut you a deal. If you're willing to act as my sous chef, I think we might just be able to make it out of this. And I can just let you free, and you can go hang out with your Magma Method family and friends. What do you say? Because
Ooh.
otherwise, you're getting cooked. Those are your options. You're getting cooked, or we're working together.
All right. This is going to be a charisma. You're trying to convince this creature.
Okay. Whoo! I have a -1 to charisma. Here we go. And it's a 7.
And it natty one. It natty one.
Yes.
Okay. The method kind of, it's tied up, like, you know, its wings are down and it's like tied up and its legs are tied and it can't really move, but it just kind of like shakes its head, and you feel like it's giving a nod, like it will comply.
I immediately slice this thing free. I would like for it to act as my sous chef, and if it can just use the help, I would like it to use the help action basically. And I'm going to take hold of the zombie who has blades attached to his face and arms, and I would like to use him to start chopping up the meat.
All right. Bentham, you are now going to get access to a method as well. You are now a zombie and a method. And
Glorious.
you will assist how you can. All right. So walk me through who you want on the sauce station, who you want on the chopping station, and how you want to make this work, and we'll figure out the roles.
Okay. What I'm gonna tell. Let's see. What do we need? I'm gonna be with the zombie on the chopping station.
Okay.
And then I'm going to, in fact, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to leave the method there to control the zombie on the chopping station. And I feel like we need more spices. I'm going to venture out and try and grab some spices real fast, too. I'm just going to fly out as fast as I can and tell the
All
method,
right.
okay, this is zombie. Zombie's incredibly nice, but not too bright. So try not to light them on fire. Just move their arms. You see the blades? Use these to chop it up, okay? The more chaotic, the better. As far as I'm concerned, there's no reason to adhere to all these standards. No, your cooking is an expression of you, honey. And who I am is a hot mess. And frankly, you seem like you're on my level. And so I'm going to fly off. leaving the method to work with the zombie to chop up the
Bentham,
moose.
please roll an intelligence check for the method, who's also not very smart, to see if they
Better
understood
than the zombie.
what they were told to do.
Ah!
Oh no, let's see. That's
No.
0.
Okay.
I rolled a
no!
2 against my -2 int for a net of 0. So you disappear, and like the map is just like, huh? And then the zombie's like, "Rrr." And we both just, I guess we both just stand there.
All right. I think for this zombie,
Wait, what if the zombie rolls? I have
Yeah.
-4 int, but you never know.
the zombie is going to roll a strength check to chop the meat up. You have like one
Okay.
thing of mephit meat that you're filleting. You weren't given direction on like what you're making. So you don't even know how you're supposed to cut this. You dice it, slice it, fillet it. You don't know. So you're just going to cut it how you think it should be cut. This is going to be a strength check from you.
Yeah, I guess like the one thing we know is chop. So I meant like I think the method like gets like a cleaver and just like puts it in the zombie's hand, like closes the hand around it, and then just like lifts the arm up and down until the zombie starts just doing that and just chopping away.
Let's see how it goes.
I get a 6. I've got +1 on strength. God damn it. Sorry, I've ruined
meat,
everything.
The meat prepping
This is
is
hilarious.
not
I love
not
this
going
guy.
well. The meat prepping is not going well on Team Demon. Team Demon's team is not even demons anymore. As you venture out, Impala, to look for spices, you can see that Chef Iceland is. You just see them kind of like trying to beat the crap out of this giant, like minotaur-esque like creature, and there's the last thing you see is them smacking them with the tail, and nothing's working. It's just kind of standing there laughing at them. Roll me a perception check, and if you don't have perception,
Okay.
just a wisdom.
Yep. It's going to be just wisdom because I have no skills. Natural 20!
Hey,
Nat
that's your first of the
20.
game.
With a nat 21, you can see that Chef Iceland is kind of battling with this creature, but as this creature is moving around, underneath like the patches of fur are these little pouches of spices.
Ooh. Okay. And this creature is
Oh.
do I think this is a demon?
You know what this creature is with your 21. Looking at it, it's I don't know how to pronounce this necessarily, but I think it's Baphomet. Baphomet.
Oh, Baphomet.
And-
This is
yeah.
Baphomet?
Baphomet?
Yeah, this is
Baphomet's like a
Baphomet.
full-on
Wait.
like
It's like a big
deity
deal.
almost.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh
Yeah.
wow.
Whoops.
Okay, we in business now.
Yeah,
I'm
you
gonna fly-
know
Baphomet's-
exactly who this is. It looks, I mean, to other people, it like looks just like a giant demon. It is a demon though. So
Yeah.
it's definitely
like a big goat
your
demon
people.
man.
Yeah, it's like a big goat
Yeah.
demon. Like Minotaur-esque vibe.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna fly up and I'm gonna say, "Hail Baphomet!" And throw myself prostrate in the soup, just, and then stick my face up and I say, "I see that you have been horribly insulted by this interloping devil. What say we teach them a lesson? We just take them out right here, and I will help you do this, address this wrong in exchange for some of your delicious herbs and spices."
Ooh, I'm setting a DC in my head. This is a charisma check.
Okay.
I feel like I'm about to have a zombie
Believe in the
on
heart
my
of the
team.
Come on. Yeah. The heart of the dice. It's time to do it.
At the end, it's just the
Okay.
judges.
Get a dice.
Charisma.
Okay, come on.
Oh my god, it's zero.
Who can insult
You've got to be
Baphomet?
What?
kidding me with this.
Nat 1.
A nat 20 to a
Why?
nat 1.
I hate
Immediate.
digital dice.
Is it
What?
Nat 20 to know it's Baphomet? Nat 1 to speak to Baphomet.
Yeah.
What do you think is the failure here? Like, what do you think you do that doesn't go well?
Oh my goodness. So I think, yeah, I throw myself at the ground. I look
Mhm.
up. I think that I think that as I'm saying this, Baphomet, here's what I will say. I think Baphomet and Chef Impala Spleen go back a ways. It didn't end well. And so I just kind of threw myself into it, hoping like maybe he'd let bygones be bygones. He didn't. I thought, look, it's been eons since, we've tortured so many. We've been tortured by so many. It's all blood under the proverbial bridge. But it's very much not for him.
Okay, so he
And I
remembers
think, yeah.
you. They remember you from a time before.
Yeah, Baphomet, absolutely. I'm the one that got away.
You
And
insult me? I remember you, and you will be punished.
oh no,
And he-
Baffy. Oh no.
Swings his giant cleaver down towards you.
It's about to be a team of all zombies.
31 to hit.
Yes. That is double my AC. More than double
Oh
my
my
AC.
god.
21 slashing.
Is this magical? I feel like it is. It certainly feels like magic.
It's
I
called
don't-
Heart Cleaver.
They do have magic
That sounds
weapons.
pretty magic.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's 21
Oh my
points
God.
of damage. Oh my god. Oh, I'm past half health now.
All right.
This is beautiful.
Does he get more attacks or like?
Roll initiative for me.
Okay. Impala, what have you done?
6. Okay. Iceland, it is your turn.
So like standing here, shook, just like mouth open, agape, like what? But there were two things that kind of stood out was the mention of spices. However, like Iceland, he just sees like this ugly, hairy buddy there, and not really catching the spices. So like I think I want to kind of like perception to see if I can find like if I can see
Yeah.
where like yeah, I can
Perception
see
or wisdom
hair
if you
and
don't have the
horns.
perception.
Um,
Yeah, perception
I have a-
if you don't have wisdom.
da, 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 da.
Or wisdom if you don't have perception.
I have
That's
a
what I
passive
said.
perception of 12. Do you want me to roll wisdom still?
Yeah. Because you're actively looking.
Too much chaos. Can't
Oh.
focus.
Yeah, I think
Do-
when you look around, you see this creature that is huge. I mean, you're pretty tall too, so it's comparable in regards to your size, but it is looming over you quite largely. And it just cleaved the crap out of Impala Spleen and may have taken their spleen.
I cannot back down. Okay, so my perception was that my action.
Yes, you can move or yeah.
Remind me again. I'm so sorry. Blind sight. What is?
So if you click on it, it should paste what it is
Oh,
in
will it?
chat.
Okay.
Mhm.
Boop. Oh, it's under my senses. It will not let me.
Blind sight.
So blind sight. I can
Let's just Google it quickly. I know that's something I've used before in like a monk to fight with. I think my eyes were closed. No. A creature with blind sight can perceive its surrounding without relying on sight within a specific radius. Right. So like, even if I don't necessarily, what is my radius though? Radius was 60 feet. So can I still perceive certain things with my body, just not my eyes?
Interesting.
My nose, like I can smell them.
Can you read it again? Sorry.
Yeah, a creature with blind sight can perceive its surroundings without relying on sight within a specific radius. Creatures without eyes usually are the example, like without like oozes
What
or
is the radius?
60 feet.
Okay. Yeah, I think at first you are looking for something. You're like, where the hell are these spices? And then you're like, you begin sniffing and you smell the aroma of a variety of different spices on the body of this person before you.
Okay. That I feel a lot better about that.
You can't see
and
them because like there's
Mm-mm.
tufts of fur over it, but you can smell the smells.
I might be convinced that like I have to take part of this this minotaur's body, like cut off some of the hair maybe. That's what's really so aromatic. So with that, what do I have like a bonus action? What are we I wasn't sure if my perception would be my action.
Yeah, that's your action. You can move, but other than that.
Will I proc opportunity attack? I really would love to just kind of like go behind Chef and Paula and like let them take the brunt of all of this while I
If you
wait
do
for an
move,
opportunity.
you will you would normally incur an attack of opportunity.
I'll stand still and just watch the show. Like, it's good knowing you.
The creature stands before the two of you, and it just begins laughing.
You get a free one on me.
And he just stands there with his arms open. And whether you understand him or not, it is your turn, Impala. Their arms are extended open, and they say, "You get a free one on me."
I will rise to my feet, staggering, like, right on. And I'm gonna jump in, and go for a hug.
Yep.
And as I hug, I'm just gonna grab the spices. I'm gonna say, as I grab them, I'm gonna say, "I missed you," and grab some spices in my claws.
All
So what
right.
kind of a history was there between you two?
You grab
That's
one
what I
of
wanna
them with
hear
your
about.
Yeah,
claws,
seriously.
and you back away. Are you leaving?
Yeah, head bowed, and then I'm just immediately like back away respectfully, and then just tail and fly away as fast as I possibly can.
All right. You book it away. Iceland, you see this, and it is your turn.
All right.
Their arms are extended,
I-
and they say, "You get a free one on me."
and like Spleen's or Impala's going in for the hug.
Mhm.
I don't ever profess to be good with reason or brain stuff, but like
You, with your blind sight, can smell that Impala has flown away with a spice.
I would like to go in for a hug as well. I am reasoning that like hug creates spice. Whatever happens in between, we're not sure, but we're gonna try it out.
Roll me a wisdom, like
Oh, no.
a perception roll or wisdom, if you have the perception skill.
God.
I don't. Oh, a 12.
As you
Hug?
go in for this hug, you smell and feel something underneath their fur, like a little pouch.
Mm-hmm. I will grab it, but like I'm definitely there. There was some awkward patting. Like it's.
You grab it, and then what?
Our eyes will meet. I think there's like a moment. You know, our hearts kind of like slow, and we look into each other's eyes. But then I'm gonna turn away and go back. If I
You head
mean,
back. And the two of you just hear in the background.
Now, run.
And he begins chasing you.
ah,
As the two of you are booking it. Impala, give me your run check, either acrobatics or
God.
athletics or
All right.
strength or dex.
Impala Spleen's gonna fly, because my fly speed is 60. So I'm
Yeah,
gonna use a
60.
strength check.
I hope you hit a
see
tree.
here.
I feel like over wherever the judges are waiting, I think Fern is like, "I'm so glad we managed to bag Baphomet as our celebrity cameo this season. It's paying dividends."
That's an 11 for me.
Okay.
Viewership retention is insane.
Iceland. What's your move
23.
speed? 40 feet? You said?
40.
And what's your roll? 23. Ooh.
Muscle legs.
The two of you catch up to each other. You're running side by side as you, Impala, can fly very fast, but you see that Chef Iceland is just power running, and the two of you are being chased by Baphomet, who is like laughing hysterically in the background. Just, it doesn't look like he's really running. It's almost like if a demon could skip, that is what he would be doing.
Too much joy.
Run away.
As he chases the two of you.
I'm gonna kill you.
That's what
That's beautiful.
You're
Skin.
the worst.
Oh, it's beautiful and horrific. I miss it.
And he's going to try to intimidate you at the 27. It is scary. You are scared for your life. Pee your pants vibes. Actually, roll me wisdom saves.
Oh, I mean, I'll just pee my pants if that's.
Yeah.
I don't have to roll the wisdom.
Yeah, I can't hit a 27. I think the highest I
11.
can get is a 24. Let's
You
see.
can just see how much you're peeing your pants.
22.
You can always
Ooh.
net 20.
See? You're-
I'm telling you, I'm kind of into it.
Yeah.
I'm like, I remember that skip, that cadence. It's so horrific, so joyful, so evil.
I love
I'm
it.
here. So afraid. There's a little trickle, following me. It's not going great.
As you book it, some of you fearing for your life, the other kind of enjoying running away from something. You make it to the table, and Baphomet kind of stands there and laughs and waves at the camera and gives a good wink and then heads back out as the two of you make it to your stations. Chef Iceland, you can see that Chef Barbados has perfectly minced the meat, made these wonderful patties, and has everything all crisp and ready for cooking. All the meat is prepped. Now you just need to prep your sauce. Impala Spleen, you get back. The Mephit is kind of shouting at the zombie. The zombie is slicing the meat. It is not prepared in a great fashion. It is, I don't know what you were trying to cook, but it is, oh, you were trying to do drumsticks,
waffles.
right? You're trying to
Yeah,
chicken.
yeah.
It is no longer in drumsticks. You have chopped like squares of Mephit meat instead of someone who really knew how to prepare Mephit could have prepared all the limbs. You'd have breast and you'd have like the legs. But no, this is just all the meat, just sliced, bone sliced.
It's
They're
just
all
diced.
together.
And not
Everything's
evenly
diced.
diced either.
Yeah. Big
I'd like
chunks,
to
little
turn-
chunks.
I'd like to turn to the Mephit, and I'm gonna say, do you think they have more zombies where that one came from? That wasn't a no. I'm like, okay, honey, you've done your best, but we're gonna have to improvise a little. And I would like to just chop up the zombie, and throw it in with the Mephit, and immediately, for like having finished that, move on to the spice and I guess.
So
in my
you want
case,
to
waffle
attack the
part of it.
zombie.
Yes.
Okay, let's get initiative from the zombie.
Okay.
Love it.
Zombie goes first. Zombie doesn't know what's coming. Zombie stands there.
Zombie, yeah. Do you just stand there? You go first.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm about to
All
be
right,
sliced.
go for it, Jeremy. Attack the zombie.
Okay. Here's a beak attack.
Impala.
That's
Oh
a natural
my
20.
god.
20.
It's gonna be
26.
damage. So that's 12 plus d6 piercing, plus 6. So that's 18 piercing damage.
Still alive, barely.
Still alive, just. Fun fact, this zombie has more than 3 times the hit points of Skritter.
That's so
Oh
sad.
my goodness. Talons, come on, Talons. 8.
It's
So
down.
annoying. It's down. It's that it actually hits the 10.
Yeah.
It hits.
Oh,
my
wait,
goodness.
oh yeah, no, yeah, the
Eight-
18's 8,
eight
yeah, you
hits.
totally hit.
Yeah.
That's another 14
Total
slashing.
damage. And then, yeah, no, easily, he's gone.
Yes. Yes.
right.
I'd like to.
Somebody's
yeah,
like,
I'd like to.
Let's get a strength check from you for rolling your slicing up your meat for the zombies, Impala.
Okay. Is the method able to help me, or is this just me doing it straight?
Do you want the method to try to help you?
Well, I wanted the method to be my sous chef, so I'd love if I could get a help action from that method. That'd be great.
Yeah, let's have the method do a strength check first to see if the method can help.
Okay. 18.
You will get advantage on this roll then,
Yeah.
Impala.
Okay. Come on. 16.
Actually, you were supposed to get a disadvantage on something, right?
Yes.
Oh, on chopping.
my
Oh,
next-
yeah, I
Chopping. So it will even out.
Oh.
This gives you a 15.
All right.
All right.
I chop it all up. How's that looking?
Obviously, it's not the best chop, but it's not as bad as what the zombie did. So you've got something. So walk us through kind of how you wanted to chop the zombie up differently. And obviously, it's not a crit or super high roll, so it's just average cutting. So what are you making? You're still making
I would
chicken
like-
waffles?
Yes, I am. But they've gotten a little special. So I'm going to what I'm going to do is I'm going to chop up the zombie into large circular like cutlets, I guess. And I'm going to arrange those atop the eventual waffle. But I'd like to leave the zombie's head intact, ideally still moving, so that I can set that in the middle as part of the presentation.
Okay.
But yeah, I want the zombie in like very circular slices of varying size.
Okay. Next up, we have the sauce station. You see this big boiling pot on top of this volcanic stone, and there's two. There's one for Team Devils, and there's one for Team Demons. What are you guys doing? Well, we'll start off with Team Devils.
Okay, yeah, we've got some really good plans for what we want to do. We've got Chef Barbados. You want to talk about what we've done with the protein?
So we have smashed the lemur meat into a ground beef. That we've taken the juice from that, saved that off to the side. Is same with the method. After that's been diced and kind of cooked a little bit, we're taking like the runoff fat from that. We're putting into our pot the teeth from the lemur to get like a bone broth going. That we're mixing in method blood and the au jus kind of from everything to create, and then we're letting that simmer down into a nice thickened sauce.
A nice
we want to
reduction.
Exactly. We want to get some of the spices as well and kind of put it in there. Is there anything else around us that we can use for like a vegetation of any kind?
Yeah, when you were running for your life, Iceland, you saw that there was vegetation out there. Baphomet is out there too. So there's, I don't know how much you really want to go out there. You might just be like, nah, there's nothing. But you did see that there are like twisted, like soggy, like swamp grass out there. And
Love it.
there's
I love twisted and soggy.
disease-ridden like chunks
Beautiful
in the
adjectives.
water. There's also like sleet and like hail sometimes that comes down from the sky that you could grab. And there's some kind of like weird oil that percolates from the rooftops.
Okay.
And then there's mud from the mud geysers too. You could, but all of that would require you to like leave the kitchen.
Leave the safety.
Yeah. I do want to use any of the remaining eyeballs and dice them up nicely, like tomato slices. I think that would go great. I just, I need to freeze something. What is the brightness that we can create with this? I want like a frozen lettuce piece or something. Iceberg lettuce.
Okay, hear me out. My biomedical science degree is about to come. The aqueous membrane inside of an eyeball has like a pseudo-gelatinous structure to it. So what you could do is freeze it, then we dice that to give us like a little bit of a texture. Sorry, I need to be talking like this as I'm going through. Then from there, we could take the cornea, grate that into a fine shaving, use that as like a poppy seed on top of the bread that we're going to be making. So we get a frozen gelatinous jello crisps almost out of the aqueous membrane, and we can use the cornea or the sclera as the tomato rind is what you're kind of going for.
Yeah, that was awesome. That's the one. We'll do that.
Perfect.
The budding chef romance continues.
Yes.
As the camera these two are creating the sauce. For the sauce, it's going to be kind of more of an alchemy roll. So this is int or wisdom. So if one of you wants to aid the other, you can attempt that, but you need to roll a 10 or above to give them an advantage on their roll.
I will try to help.
Oh, that's where we're going with this.
Oh,
Okay.
you.
No, I don't think either of us are good at this.
Int or wisdom? Nope.
I'll try the int.
That's bad for me. So
Okay.
I have a nothing or a negative.
I will lead this charge.
Yes, you will. I will help.
Okay.
Okay, so you need to roll first, Kyber, to see if you can give advantage.
Mm-mm.
All right.
Mm-mm.
No advantage given.
Nope.
You are on
No.
your own, Chef Iceland, as you were in the
gosh.
past in phase 1. No, I'm just kidding.
And again.
Look, I'm just the idea guy. I
Yeah,
takes care
I'll
of everything
execute it
else.
all.
Exactly.
I'm afraid to look. I don't even want to watch. Submit. Yes.
20! Oh, nice. All right. That's pretty good. Walk us through what
luck.
your sauce kind of what's it looking like at the end here?
I mean, I kind of pictured like a reduction that would go on like God, I don't eat meat in real life, so I have a hard time with like. There's a thing that goes on a steak sometimes, like the au jus, but it's red. I don't know what that is, but that's kind
Ketchup?
of what I've been visualizing.
Ew, ketchup.
Did you say blood? Oh, ketchup. No,
Like A1
get out.
sauce or something?
Are you thinking something that's kind of like a burgundy color?
Yes,
It's kind of like a black, like a peppercorn sauce almost.
potential. I've never had it. I can just tell you what it looks like.
Okay.
But that's
I've
kind
never
of what I'm
had red
imagining.
sauce on meat, on steak, so I don't know.
It's like a liquid though. It's barely a sauce.
Mm.
But anywho, it definitely has like that reduction texture. It's tacky, I guess. We did a really good job with reducing it. Everything kind of come down to what this is. Like it produces after all that work like a half a cup. But dang, is that half a cup of beautiful? Like the smell of the spices, the simmering ingredients that were used. I kind of went off. What was the question though?
It was
I kind of think
what's
like
the sauce like? What's the sauce looking like at the end here with the 20?
Mm-hmm. That's what I'll have. Do you have anything else to add? Co-chef, sous chef?
Yeah, I would say that you definitely get a thickening more of the sauce when like the inside of the teeth that we added in for the bone broth really seeps out, mixes in with everything as we're taking it down. It does get a bit of a tackiness with the mephit blood as that does get reduced down. It gets this bit of it adds to the color of everything more often than what we'd hope, but then we get a little bit of an opaqueness from like the fattiness from the mephit meat itself. So we get like this darker red, opaque, thick sauce.
It's
Right.
like gold in this little pot we made it in.
Yeah, it's like
medium.
golden blood. Love it.
Mhm.
All right. Camera pans over to Impala, Spleen, and a Mephit. What is your sauce? Like, what are you trying to create with your sauce? And we could do the roll first, and then you can describe what happens, or you can say what you're trying to attempt to make first, and then we can see how the roll goes.
Yep, I'll say what we're trying to make first. So we're making waffles, which is not a sauce, but it does start as a liquid.
Well, for this part, you would make the sauce. Maybe
So-
you have like a syrup that's gonna go on.
Oh, okay. I
Like,
was
you
gonna
know.
make the waffle itself.
Yeah, that will be in the
I-
next phase.
Then the sauce is going to be a mixture of a few different things. First, the zombie goop that I scooped, as well as any more that was released. I'm gonna put some of my own blood because I've been badly injured. I like to put some of my own blood into this sauce. I would also like to take the Mephit blood, which is basically just magma, that has been leaking out of both the dead Mephit and the live Mephit, and put that in there. And maybe melt a little bit of the icicle in there. You know what? I did not play Skritter. Would you rather Skritter be in the Bentham? Would you rather Skritter be in the syrup or in the waffle itself? Because I have his ashes.
I'll go in the waffle.
Okay, so we will hold the ashes. Yeah, we'd like to mix that along with the spices, if I didn't mention that before. So zombie
Perfect.
goop, magma blood, my blood, and the Baphomet spice.
This is gonna be an interesting texture. All right, let's see how the roll goes. A wisdom or an int check, or if you have an alchemy skill of some sort.
Oh my goodness. Oh, you know what? You have to season it further. I'd like to add one other thing. I don't know if this
Okay.
helps in any way. I'd like to add my spores ability. So I can shoot out a 15-foot radius of toxic spores. And I'd like to do that into the mixture as well.
Ooh,
Now,
yeah.
because they are physical things, I'm hoping that it'll help thicken up the syrup a little bit along with
Yeah,
the
click that in chat just so so
Sure.
people can read it.
Okay.
I like that. And with that, do you want the Mephit to help you and assist you in?
Yes, please.
I don't know if it's gonna go well, but are you doing int or wisdom?
Gotta be wisdom. I have a -1
All
to
right,
int,
Mephit.
so-
Okay,
Let's see how you do
Mephit's
first.
wisdom is flat, so it's not the worst odds. 16.
They do. You get advantage on this roll.
The Mephit seems to be starting to understand what you're doing somehow and getting involved. Even though parts of his friend are being used in the syrup, he's getting over it.
Parts of
Getting past
himself
it.
are being. They said like
oh, yeah,
it's-
it's true, yeah.
She wanted like some of the live blood in there. You're all putting blood. It's like a ritual basically.
Yeah, no, yeah, it becomes like, oh, this is just like what we do. You're doing it, so I can do it. This is some new world I've entered here.
Yeah, that's right, honey. We cook from the heart and the soul. We put ourselves into our cooking. 18!
Oh, you are so lucky you
No.
got that 18 because you would have
Oh,
had a
that's
9.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
18,
Oh.
not as good at sauce as Team Devil, but pretty good. Describe to us what it looks like in the end here.
I think that it has little flecks of flame. It looks like if you were, I'm imagining if you liquidized, if you managed to take obsidian and make it a liquid without like superheating it so it glows, but it's like black liquid with swirling little sparks of flame, as well as occasional sparks of like ice, because I did take a little bit of the ice from Chef Iceland in there. And I think there's also like a greenish pallor to it.
From the
and
spores.
yeah, and well, also
Yeah.
from the zombie ooze.
Hmm,
And I think
true.
the whole thing has an overpowering smell.
Yeah, and as you both like simultaneously complete your sauces, like maybe Chef Iceland is like picking up a spoonful and tasting it, and we see Gordon Ramsay kind of stirring it and looking at the Mephit. The clock on the top of like the building kind of starts blinking, and you see the timer is over, and everyone has to put their hands up.
You know what that means? It's time for judgment. Judges, how many flames do you give our teams? Let's start with Team Demons.
And the camera pans back to Bardbra.
Team Devil, thank you very much. Well, I would say that as a devil judging the demons, they did rather poorly, I might say. The zombie inclusion was quite creative. And then, oh, what is that, dear? Yes, Chef Impala, that hugging of the what is he, like, the god of demons? Or what is he, the god of beasts?
In
He
my
is
stars,
the
I think.
demon lord,
Demon
of
Lord of
Minotaurs.
Beasts.
Demon Lord.
Demon
of
lord
Beasts.
of beasts.
And the hug of the Demon Lord of Beasts? I mean, if I could judge you on that, I would, but since I have to judge you on everything else, I think 2.5 flames.
The camera pans to Fern.
I must say that I am impressed by the chaotic and elemental style of the demon team, as well as their inclusion of body parts from all of their enemies and allies and themselves. I'm definitely giving extra points for this. However, it does seem that in some past event you have angered the Demon Lord Baphomet. And as an old friend from war times, I have to respect him. I will give you 3.5 flames.
A half flame fills up as Barbara's half flame and Fern's half flame fill. And we await as the camera pans to Yasmar.
You came into this round at a disadvantage. You are not as fast to get to Baphomet. Your sauce is a bit derivative. But what I did love was the imposing of your will upon the Mephit, bringing them onto your team. That has earned my respect. I will give you 4 flames for this demonstration.
The camera pans to Gordon Ramsay.
Well, honestly, I thought y'all were doomed going into this round, and you might still be doomed coming out of it. But my goodness, if you didn't put up one heck of a fight. You immediately made the zombie into a chopping device, put a bunch of blades on it, and then you got the Mephit on your side. Very chaotic, because we thought you were gonna eat it. And then you tried to charm the Demon Lord and kill one of your fellow contestants. Points for trying. It didn't work. If it had worked, I'd have gone with the full 5. But since it failed, I'm gonna take a point off. But of course, you did kill the zombie, which I'm a fan of. And then, as my colleagues have mentioned, there's a lot of people in this dish. So I'm gonna go for a 4 stars. Getting 4 stars again. Very chaotic.
We see 14 flames on Team Demon's side, and the camera pans back to Barbara as the host says,
And now we see how Team Devils did.
Barbara.
Yes, finally. As a devil, it felt very, very refreshing to see that these other devils were truly doing their job. They went out and they attempted to acquire the spices, which they did using trickery. They have diced and sliced and smashed everything as it should be. I am very impressed. My only regret is that there wasn't more suffering involved. There was one thing that the demons did well, it was suffering. So, devils, I will give you simply 4 flames.
The camera pans to Fern.
Team Devil expressed excellent skill in the culinary arts in this round, for which they should be rewarded. I am, however, confused by the admirable choice of challenging Baphomet to a fight before hugging them and then running away. Honestly, I don't know what to make of it. I'm just going to judge the culinary skill with 4 flames.
4 flames. Phil. The camera pans to Yasmar.
The attempted attack onto Baphomet was inspired to try to steal the spices. And I believe you even challenged for the horn. That I did enjoy. The techniques used to prepare the meats and the sauces was very nice, although a little lackluster and old school. I want to see something new. But I did enjoy the attempt of an attack. I would say overall 4.5 stars, for you did not get any horn that you went out for, and you did hug a demon.
The camera pans to Gordon Ramsay.
Speaking as an expert on cooking, you used the things you were supposed to use, some of which were sharp, some of which were scoopy scoops, and you put them in the bowl along with meat, and I thought that was good. I think. I haven't tried it yet, but you did the stuff, so that's at least 3. The Baphomet fight, to me, was... Look, if you'd have taken one of Baphomet's horns, we'd be having a different conversation. But you failed. You failed miserably, as far as I'm concerned. You went in there for horn, and you settled for spice. I want horn. Give me some Baphomet horn! Sorry, I got carried away there. I'm gonna give you a... But the fact that you challenged the Demon Lord in the first place, that takes cojones. And so I'm gonna give you a solid 3.5. Because I think you did everything right. I think, yes.
The flames fill up, and we see on Team Demon's side 14 flames. On Team Devil's side, 16 flames. For this round,
who's going to be our winner? Well, it looks like Team Devils takes it again. Now their team gets an advantage going into the 3rd round. Yasmar, what will the advantage be?
Ooh. A bit of my own flame, as sticks out his hand, and a bit of the hellfire. A small spark, like a pilot light, kind of gently floats down.
all right, nice.
And
you gotta
for
really
our
outpan.
favorite part, the punishment. Gordon Ramsay.
I think if our celebrity guest would be willing, I would like for Baphomet to suddenly attack at a random point during the final round.
I think that can be arranged. Well, there we have it. A little bit of advantage, a little punishment. But here we go, devils and demons. Welcome to the grand finale, the gastronomic battle royale. This is the ultimate test of demonic and devilish mastery in the kitchen. In this phase, you'll orchestrate a gastronomic symphony that will leave the denizens of the 9 hills salivating in awe. Design an intricate menu, coordinate with your devilish and demon team, and present your dish with style and flair fit for royalty. Our esteemed judges, with their refined palates, will scrutinize your creations and crown the winner of this epic contest.
And you are all teleported to a grand banquet hall in Cania, a realm of solid ice mountains, titanic, unnaturally fast-moving glaciers, and nearly continuous snowfall that makes Stygia seem balmy by comparison. Unprotected travelers exposed to temperatures that are, negative 60 Fahrenheit, minus 51 Celsius. But on the positive side, there are very few creatures that hunt in the icy wastelands. So you're safe from that, other than Baphomet, who has agreed to join us. You all see your station set up. This is a place for you to basically set up your dishes. There's a couple different colored plates that you can choose from. There's shapes of different plates that you can choose from that you can plate your feast on. There's a big parchment that you can create your menu on, and each parchment goes with each dish. So there's like a little parchment that goes with each dish. So you can create your menu and your dishes and design your dishes and present them to the judges. So we will start with Team Demons this time. Team Demons, let's put together
Well,
your menu
Yes.
and decorate your dishes.
Okay. Well, is it just... Oh, no, it's me and the Mephit. I'm going to turn to the Mephit, and I'm going to say, now, honey, I'm wondering, are there any I don't come from the elemental planes. I was wondering if y'all maybe had any specific food customs, plating ideas, sequencing practices over there, because I've never served food to anybody except for myself.
Should I make like a roll?
Sure, you can make a roll. For basically knowledge of how to plate things.
I suppose.
That to me would either I would allow int or whiz for that.
Oh, I'll take whiz if it's on the table. Let's see. 2.
A 2.
I'm so sorry.
You don't know. But feel free to RP that however you want.
I think it concentrates and thinks really hard, and then just like mimes out, pick up handful, plop, shrug.
It's bold. It's unusual. It's the last thing they would expect. Okay, we won't do that with everything, but I think for some of it, that's what it's gonna have to be. I'm fully on board with this. Okay, this is chicken and waffles, and I don't think those really have courses. So I'm thinking we just we give them a drink with some of it has the ice in it, the shaved ice, and the little the beard tendril as a garnish. And then we give them the waffle. What I was thinking was we take the zombie slices and cover the top of the waffle with the zombie slices so that it's like completely covered. And then we sprinkle all of the diced mephit on top. And then we just plop the head in the middle, the zombie head. What do you think about that?
Huh.
Okay, so what we need to do then, I guess, is make the waffle and make the drink.
Uh-huh.
The
Okay.
Mephit nods and seems to vaguely understand what you mean.
Okay, GM, are there any ingredients or any like equipment for us to quickly throw this together?
Yeah, I mean you have all your ingredients there. This is
Okay.
this at this point it's just plating. You're trying to make it look nice, and you also need to come up with names for your dishes and the menu, like the name for the
Okay.
dish and the description for the dish, and then
Okay.
make it look pretty.
Oh,
The
we
make
have
it
to
look
come up
pretty
with a
part,
description.
you are going to roll the name of the items and the descriptions that you're going to tell us when the dish is presented. So, plot that with each other. But for stacking this exactly nicely how you would want, how are you doing this? Are you doing this meticulously with memory from what you've done in the past? Are you dexterously doing this? Walk me through that.
I cook from the heart and the soul. As I've said throughout this competition, I put myself into my cooking, and sometimes my friends. Well, I've only had one friend, and he's in the cooking. He's in the waffle. So I think we're just gonna freeform it. Waffle first. We put out the zombie slices, however our hearts feel, and then we drop on the diced meat, and then head in the middle. I don't think that prettiness matters to me personally. I can't speak for the judges, but I don't care about prettiness. I just want to know, does it taste good? And I'd like to make. I guess we will call this because we have, instead of chicken and waffles, it's
It's zombie chicken and waffles. Like zombie
Here's a
chicken
thought.
and demon
It's
waffles.
zombie method.
Yes, that's true. Here's a thought: waffles with friends.
Perfect.
Okay.
I was trying to think how to, because the food is all made of our team, and then the
Yes.
drinks made of our enemies. So I was like, how do we make it about friendship? I like it.
Yeah, waffles with
beautiful.
friends. And revenge is a dish best served cold. That's the other. That's the little drink. Revenge is a drink best served cold.
Cool glass of revenge.
Yeah, there we go. We
All
don't
right.
have
I
a
think
liquid
this
to
is
put
a
in this.
wisdom for me then for how
Okay.
you're making this, plopping this all together.
Is
You-
this
you
is
do it
this
from your
also with the health
soul.
action? Yeah, is this
What?
also with the health? Is
Oh,
is this
the
also
method
with
can certainly
advantage?
try. Yeah, go for it, method. Gotta get a 10 or above to assist.
Okay. Wait, what was the what is it?
I think you're both doing wisdom.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cooking from the heart.
12.
Okay.
You get the advantage.
Come on now. Don't abandon me.
Ugh.
Oh, that's what yours looks like. You know what? When you
10.
said you weren't caring about being pretty. Well, a 10 is what you got.
Yeah.
The advantage I
Alright.
gave you just gave you a nat 1.
That is true.
All right. And roll me a d20 just for funsies.
Okay. Do you want to roll a d20?
I'll roll it, yeah.
Because I've been doing most of the rolling.
7.
7.
Whatever that means.
And out of nowhere, Chef Impala, as you're writing down this, you're writing down the name of the food and the drink, and you're going back and forth with the method, and all of a sudden, a giant cleaver comes charging forward from out of nowhere, and it's gonna try to attack you.
Oh no.
24,
That'll hit.
23 slashing.
Oh. Okay. Can we say that this latest attack cuts off one or both of my wings?
Sure.
I'd like to, with hands shaking, add them to the waffle.
Oh my god.
Sure. All right. Hands shaking. And then the cleaver just... we see the camera pan, and Baphomet just waves and smiles and gives a wink, and he walks away again out of nowhere. Like he just appeared out of nowhere, and now he's gone. The camera pans over to Team Devils. As again, similarly, you have these variety of plate options. You have all your food. You just need to prep them and make them look nice. Kind of walk me through what you're doing so I can kind of figure out what role that will be. And then, of course, you have to think about what the name of your dishes are and how you're going to describe them. But we'll do that later when we do
Separately.
the presentations.
So we do some last minute prep that we still need to do. So are we able to make something with what we have?
All of that stuff gets done. So you can describe
Perfect.
that. It gets done. The only role that we're going to be doing right now is the making it pretty, right?
So we
Okay,
have
so
the
like-
patties, we have the meat, we have the tomatoes, we have the sauce, we need the buns. So to get the buns, what we're going to do is take the bone that have been used for the bone marrow, grind that up into a powder to a bone meal, mix that in with some of the juice that came from the lima to get into a dough, then use the hellfire from Yasmar to bake the bread. So we have hellfire baked bread onto this bone meal bread. Before the burger is done, then I believe
Iceland will summon a wall of ice, as he does. And with that, he's going to carve out, probably just like using his nails, a statue of, I think, Baphomet, holding, like, where his hands are in a way that can accommodate 2 small plates and 1 main plate. And I'm also going to, whatever ice hasn't been used or has kind of been shaved down, we're going to take that and make some iced scream, which is just, a fabulous way to, cleanse the palate after all of that. But we also have an appetizer that we have to kind of put together as well. And that is going to be involved with some of the marrow that we're going to, like, whip up into a foam to make like a souffle almost out of it with some of the bread ingredients that we have. And we're going to call that one or I guess you can find out what we'll call it later.
All right. So it seems like there's a lot of like carving and cutting, and to me that looks like a strength type of way that you're making everything look pretty, if that makes sense to you guys.
carving, kneading dough. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
a lot of muscle work.
Gotta use all my buff arms.
Does anyone who wants to assist and who wants to be the main partaker, or is someone just being like, I'm Bala, I roll?
Do we want to risk it? Should I just try?
I mean, I can aid.
Let's
feel-
see if you could help.
Yeah,
The
why
advantage
not?
might be like game changer.
Yeah. So do I roll a strength to see if I can help
Yep.
with that?
And you have to get a 10 or above to assist.
Nope.
If you get a nat 1, it makes them at a disadvantage. So
Good thing I got it too.
nothing happened. You're good.
Okay.
No assistance, no disadvantage, no advantage.
On my own again.
Yep.
I did this whole competition by myself. Oh no!
It is a tie, a 10 for 10. Roll me a
Yes.
d20.
Okay. Oh, heck. 7.
Another tie. It is 10 to 10, 7 to 7. So
that's
10.
so funny.
The random roll 20 that or d20 that I had you was the taste. So both of yours were 7s for taste. For presentation, both were 10s. Now it comes down to the name and the presentation. So here we go.
All right, devils and demons, it is time for our judges to taste your final dishes. Give us your menu, walk us through it. We'll start with Team Demons.
Your dishes are presented. Walk us through what it looks like as it's put in front of each of the judges' faces.
Each of the judges, well, what happens is a gigantic waffle is just dropped in front of them on a plate. The plate shatters. It is there is so much waffle here. This is like the size of a king-sized bed waffle, just and the thickness of the mattress. The plate shatters underneath the waffle, then dropped on, thrown like frisbees, are a series of zombie slices that just get land in all of the little squares in the waffles, covering and filling up each of them, and then a pile of diced mephit and zombie gets just dumped on top of the zombie, and then you hear you see a pair of wings come in and are just shaken and flapped to disperse the shavings so that they sprinkle across instead of it just being or the chunks rather, instead of just being like a pile. The wings are then set in such a way as if they like were attached to something. The blood's still dripping from the wings, by the way, these hairy wings that are set up. And then a zombie head is just dropped in between the wings. So it looks like a winged zombie head that is hopefully still moving. And as it's like... Yeah, and you that I think what it was going to happen then is Impala Spleen will come staggering up, holding a giant vat of revenge, and say, "When I came here, I had never served anything to anyone ever before. As soon as I joined this competition, I found myself with my first friend ever. He died immediately. Then I made an ally. I immediately turned on that ally, but then I unturned on the ally, and we are here together, and we have put every bit of our friends and ourselves into this cooking. What you see before you is a waffle made from the ashes of my friend Chef Skritter. This is a Skritter ash waffle, with some nice some beautiful sliced zombie. The zombie goop has been collected and mixed in with mephit blood and vrock blood, and also vrock spores to create just a beautiful toxic glaze. Some nice syrup for y'all. You can put on your waffle slices. You have there a sprinkling of mephit flesh, just dusted all over, blown by the wings from my very back, which were ripped from me by the Demon Lord himself. That's right, the Demon Lord himself contributed to this dish. A vote against me is a vote against Baphomet. And I also say, and the crown jewel, you see the head of the zombie, the second friend I ever made, who I also then immediately turned on, and added to this dish. That's right, every single person who has been on Team Demon is at least partly in this dish. This is Waffles with Friends. And here I serve you a vat of water taken from the ice of Chef Iceland, as well as a beautiful beard tentacle garnish from Chef Barbados. And this, because revenge is a dish best served cold, and this is very icy, this is a nice vat of revenge to go along with your waffles.
So I have a point to make,
Yeah.
which is very unfortunate. My beard is filled with poison.
It's
They're all
okay.
immune to
Oh,
poison.
I'm filled with
Everybody's
poison.
immune to poison.
I know
A
it's
lot of
not
people are immune to
damage wise, but
poison.
there's going to be like, it's going to add something, that taste or that tang, or maybe it adds
Oh yeah.
some kind
Oh
of
yeah,
like
I want this to be as toxic as possible because I'm a toxic friend.
the poison
I
would
think
ink
there's
out
one
into
thing
the
we've learned
liquid
today.
and like
and I'm
create
a
like this like
toxic person.
opaqueness. I guess it would like almost like an Arnold Palmer when it's separated. It has like this like purplish top to it before it goes clear.
Yeah, there's like 3 different toxins in this thing, and
Oh, yeah.
like from contestants. So I think it's fine. Also, I
Yeah.
think like you get like the B-roll, of course, has already been recorded. So I think you get to cut to like B-roll of Skritzer recorded earlier, where he's like, "My greatest culinary dream will be to incorporate my true form into a dish, but of course I can only do that once, and so it will have to be the best one."
Nice. Yeah, we get that clip back. It goes back to that, and then the host comes back in and says,
And now presenting their dishes, Team Devils.
"What does it look
So-
like as you guys bring your dishes out and explain to us your dishes?"
So actually, the dishes are all on the statue. That's all being presented that way. So we're actually moving the statue out, and
I'm
as
pushing
it's
it.
being brought forward, we take the bit of the Hellfire pilot light and put it under the statue as it illuminates it from the inside. So we now have a Hellfire burger with iced scream and a bone marrow souffle as the appetizer, full 3-course meal. And the entire thing is we call the Meal of Ice and Fire.
All right.
Meal that'll never be
Presentation is
finished.
on point. Yeah, like we've got like glitters of like snowflakes kind of cascading a little bit. We've got like the lighting effect up in the statue of Baphomet. Yeah, I think we really went all out.
All right, judges, it is time to taste our savory dishes and give our flames for the final flame to find out who will be the winner and join the wall of flame or who will be punished.
And we start off with Team Demons. And the camera pans to Barbara as they take their first taste of Team Demons food.
Ooh. Well, there are some rather unique notes in here. I think I taste. Oh no, that one is the zombie for sure. And then, oh well, is that? Ooh, the spices. Those are delectable. The presentation leaves something to be desired. However, the combination of your enemies and your friends is such a unique blending of the 2 flavors that truly I am surprised. I went into this ready to judge you with the harshest of criticism, but instead I think I will award you 3.5 flames because that zombie was truly out of this universe.
The camera pans to Fern.
Fern reaches out for his portion. Like as his hand approaches, it ignites, and he takes a bite and takes some time to think. And he seems sort of unimpressed. Then he goes for the drink, the vat. The surface of this also ignites. Takes a sip of that, and is significantly more impressed. And says, "Well, the betrayal elements are... they give me mixed feelings. I cannot deny the incredible concept of the inclusion of every contestant involved in this entire competition and other contestants that weren't actually here at the start of the competition, as well as the fact that lives were given to create this dish. The final product leaves something to be said in terms of the actual presentation and the flavor, but the concept is impeccable. And I have to give extra points for this drink. The incorporation of magical ice taken from a magic ice being is one of the rare occasions when I can experience the feeling of cold. This uniqueness definitely warrants extra flames, and so I will give 4.
Boop, boop, boop. 4 flames are added. Yasmar, the camera pans to you.
The taste, we shall say, is mediocre at best, but the story that is told with this meal, with each ingredient, a betrayal, a loss. The mixing of both the devil and the demon is representation of the blood war itself, and I gotta say it is a little inspired that you as the perceived underdog this entire time, starting off a little behind with the loss of your ally, but the recovery and the story told along the way makes this special. I shall award this 3 flames.
The camera pans to Gordon Ramsney.
I really like waffles. I think they're pretty good. This is also not. This isn't the first time I've eaten zombie, or the first time I've eaten a magma method, or the first time I've eaten a vrock. But this is actually the first time that I've eaten both an ice devil and a bearded devil, and that makes me kind of happy. It isn't the best waffle I've ever had, but I like that a lot of people had to die for it to be made. And I like that, pointing at Chef Impala, who is bleeding heavily still, like barely clinging to life. I like that you're about to die too. So honestly, that's basically all I could have asked for in a dish. I'm gonna go 4.5. Flavor isn't really my thing. It's more feel, and I like the feel.
The story does carry, I agree.
And the flames fill up for Demon's side as they have 15 flames. Next up, we have Team Devils. The camera pans back to Barbara as this beautiful statuesque dish, or there's 3 dishes, are presented before you.
Well, this presentation is truly stunning. I wonder if I will get my tongue stuck on the ice. And I will, Barbara will make the attempt and like kiss Baphomet, but her face won't get stuck. Deductions for that. Other than that, the presentation is simply stunning. The flavors are tasty. I just wish that there was more of your enemies involved. Where is the suffering? Where was the blood? Where was the sweat? Everything is truly excellent, minus that. I hate to repeat myself, but I think I will give you 3.5 flames.
The camera pans to Fern.
Good cooking is about passion. Oh, and also, by the way, this totally set on fire when he tried to eat it as well. As you know, it's just what happens. He's used to it. True cooking is about passion. And while the concept here is well thought out and well presented, it is more detached. It is refined, but it isn't raw. You didn't put your heart and soul on the plate like the demons did, and so I will award you 3 flames.
Camera pans to Yasmar.
The creativity in the presentation does lead to a certain quality that I do enjoy. The taste, however, is, again, equally as mediocre as theirs. So for everything that we can give to you will be. The use of fire in the ice is nice. The taste is... And let me try this dessert. And as he takes a bite of the iced cream, he's reminded of a dish, because he doesn't get ice that often. It takes him way back into a time when he enjoyed passion in cooking again. This reminds me of a better time. Although it might not taste the best, it is fond memories. But it's still not great. I'm gonna have to go 3.5 flames.
And the one that's gonna make or break who ends up on our wall of flame. Gordon Ramsay.
The camera pans to you.
So, this is like really fancy, and like, I like that you sculpted it. I think that it does look a lot like the Demon Lord, so, you know, good job there. But I got kind of confused about which part to eat first, because there were like a bunch of parts, and I'm not sure, like, I don't like running courses. I've run an obstacle course before as part of the Demon Army, and I'm not a fan, and it gets a little confusing. And then also, for all of that, it tastes like, I don't know, and I wouldn't say it tastes any better than the demon dish. It's honestly, it's almost as if against all odds, they were exactly the same score when it came to flavor. Like, what are the odds of that? Of all the possible combinations. So I'm gonna have to side with some of my colleagues here, my esteemed colleagues. I don't feel the same emotion. You know, I see a lot of technique. It's like somebody who knows where to stick all the blades on a person, but they don't know how to make the person scream. And so I'm gonna have to look, it's pretty. I'm gonna have to give it a solid 3 because it didn't make me feel nothing. But it was pretty.
Now we shall tally up the scores. Drum roll. And our winner is Team Demons with 15 versus Team Devils at 13 flames. We have our winners. Team Demons will be making it to the Wall of Flames. And of course, our losers today will be punished. Judges, what shall their punishment be?
And as a group,
I mean, I really like the idea of potentially impaling them into a literal wall of flames.
Do we want to hurt them physically or do we want to hurt them emotionally?
Oh, emotionally.
Good point.
We could impale them in a kitchen,
Mm-hmm.
maybe one of the prisons, to cook for the tormented souls there.
Oh,
Could be
they're so
terrible
picky, those
dishes.
souls. 10! Do you know how many dietary restrictions those souls have? They'll never finish. That's brilliant.
It'll take all of the fun out of it.
I
You
got a
have to
pitch.
accommodate them all.
I got a pitch as
Yes.
well.
Yes,
To
Gordian.
add on to that, are we planning on holding another one of these next millennium? Because if we do, maybe at the end of that, they become some of the ingredients.
Ooh.
We could keep
I
them in the
mean,
cages and use them
yeah.
next time.
That's exactly what I was thinking. And look,
That's
if they
smart.
fight their way out and earn their freedom, as far as I'm concerned, they're good with me. But you know,
Exactly.
I like that. That's good, yes.
So we keep them in cages, cooking for the prisoners until the next time when we use them as ingredients.
yeah.
Brilliant.
Excellent. And then I get to try
Excellent
the ice
punishment.
again next time.
And for making the
Ex-
wall of flame part of it, why don't we just make the cage really hot?
Oh, yes, yes.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Okay. Like an
we'll-
uncomfortable amount of heat.
We'll make sure that the cages get heated up
Yes.
because we like it hot here in Hell's
And
Kitchen.
humid. It's not the heat that gets you, you know. It's the humidity.
Mhm.
Yeah.
All right. Well, the fate of Barbados and Iceland will be fiery hot cages and held until our next Hell's Kitchen tournament. And our winners today, well, come on up here on stage. How does it feel to be the winner, the first winner of Hell's Kitchen here, the hottest cooking show in the 9 Hells?
Can we say that Chef Impala Spleen has just died? Like while they were deliberating, she is fully bled to death and is just dead, lying on the ground. And
yeah,
only the
the
method
camera
is left.
pans over and they're like,
Well,
It's just a method like, huh?
that's it for today's episode. Thanks for joining us for the hottest cooking show in the 9 Hells, Hell's Kitchen. I'm your host, Azaran, signing off. We'll see you next time in Hell's Kitchen.
I love the idea
Wow.
that like a UFC fight and the ref holds the hand up of the victor and it's just
It's just limp completely. No
It's just
bones.
limp.
His corner is holding him up from behind, so he's like standing and just like.
My face hurts.
The method
And,
one.
and just one of the ingredients just there, like, I don't know what this is. What happened?
I was captured, put into a cage, and then I ran, and now I'm here.
I'm a
Like the
being
method
of
wins,
lava. I don't know
technically?
anything.
Is
Yeah.
the method the only winner remaining?
Yeah, the method, but the method can't talk, so the method's
so
just
good.
standing there, and like there's a camera that's
Apparently
panned
knows.
on it.
Apparently knows Ignan. I don't know what that is.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Fire?
God.
yeah.
It's like the
just
fire
speaks
knight,
to
Terran,
like
which I don't know if
fiery
that's
flames.
different from.
Oh.
All right, well that wraps it
Technically,
up.
just a little lava creature.
If you want to
Technically,
wrap
the
us up,
zombie
would.
head is still alive, just
Bentham.
on the plate.
Oh, yeah.
that's true.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
there's
I could
zombie
make
head.
a wait. I can. Let me just check. Oh, okay. I tried to roll con and roll 20 got extremely angry at me. Never mind. I was gonna.
The zombie is dead, but we made it so like you chop the head off and it still.
Yeah,
is
because I was like, I didn't
alive.
realize that there's undead fortitude, and that means that he might have survived the last hit. And I was like, that could mean the head lives, but I can't press the button, so never mind.
All right.
Okay, outros. Yes, the announcements. We're sponsored by Roll20. That's what we use today for this insanity. That's how we were doing all of our rolls and getting all our character sheets, and how we were able to quickly grab the character sheet for a magma method so I could start playing it.
Love it.
I have so many. I have opened and then closed so many character sheets today.
I had
In
I had all
Roll20.
of them like prepped in the GM side, just turned off so you guys couldn't see stuff.
Nice.
Love it.
And yeah, there's the final episode of Fablecraft Agnes Awakening is coming next Tuesday, sponsored by Riftweaver, the creators of Fablecraft. We're super hyped to see you to get to show it to you because we did it already. We recorded it and it was very cool, and we're very happy about it. So look forward to that. There are stuff. There's things out on Patreon. There's the NPC names post for this month. There's also the Veiltorn guest character sheets for all of the guests that we've had so far on our Veiltorn show. And the custom items made by Kyber will be out soon as well. And this episode was supported by Thunder Cabbage, our Legend tier supporter. Thank you so much, Thunder Cabbage, for being awesome and supporting this episode. There it is. And we'll go around everyone and see what they're doing and where you can find them and all that. Let's start with our gem for today, who planned this incredible, ridiculous one-shot. Maggie.
Hopefully you guys had fun. I'm Margaret Crone. You can find me at Margaret Crone in all of the places. I do lots of things on the internet and I'm doing a bunch of stuff. So if you follow me, I will let you know when those things go live. And I make games and video games. I'm currently working on a project called Ashes of Creation, which you can find at Ashes of Creation in all of the places. That's me.
And let's do Team Devil first. Let's go with Kyber. What are you doing and where can we find you?
You can find me on all the big T's of social media, Twitch, TikTok, and Twitter. TikTok and Twitter is KyberVO and just Kyber on Twitch. I'm going to be live later today, so come by and say hi. And you can also find me here next week on Thursday for Veiltorn.
And over to B.
The other devil. What's up? I did all the work. Not really. Hey y'all. Bzelda here. You can find me on all social platforms as Bzelda_. I'm a podcaster, Twitch streamer, community manager, and right now I am working on Pico, which is a video game about cats and tea that's coming on early access next week. So if you like cats or tea, which like who doesn't, you should probably come check it out.
And over to my fellow demon who ended up having to be the entire team, basically. I'm so sorry. Jeremy.
Hello, everybody. My name's Jeremy Cobb. You can find me on the podcast Three Black Halflings, which is essentially a TTRPG / general nerd variety show. We do interviews, we do discussion episodes, we do GM and player tips, we do actual play. I'm the resident GM of the show, as well as a co-host. I'm also I co-host the sci-fi movie review podcast, The Quantum Reactor. And also I stream on Twitch starting recently. I stream video games. I have not played very many games in my life, so I am streaming Fallout New Vegas and Deus Ex Human Revolution, having never played a first-person shooter before. So if you want to see a complete noob try and play some great games, check me out at Casual Quest live on Twitch, twitch.tv/casualquestlive. And you can follow me on Twitter at Jeremy Cobb 1. That's Cobb with 2 B's and the number 1.
And I am Bentham. You can find me here most of the time doing whatever we're doing. You can also find me maybe role-playing in other places. There has now been announced the Alien RPG show that I'm doing with The Wandering Inn. And also, I can tell you that there's going to be a trailer coming for that on the 30th, which I'm very hyped for. That is, it's hot off the press, that one. You're going to get to see the trailer for the show. It's a really cool trailer. I've seen an early draft. It's really awesome. That whole show is going to be incredible. I'm super hyped about it. And also, I do some solo streaming or my own personal streaming over on Twitch and sometimes videos on YouTube under the name, for stupid reasons, Mangled Pork. I'm going to change it at some point. It'll happen. I've got plans, but I just never get on. I never get around to doing it. But one day I can stop having to preface what my name is to people with, listen, there's an explanation. But yeah, that's I play video games there. Baratron is the thing we're currently doing. On Sundays we're doing a campaign. We're almost done with it. We've almost beaten the game now, which is super cool. That's what I'm up to. And that's everything. We're going to go do an after show, which you can of course find on Patreon very soon, and we'll be back. We've got Fablecraft on Tuesday, and then we'll be back next week with the continuation of Veiltorn. So we'll see you then. Thanks for watching.
Toodles.